Dancing. Bing boo.
Yeah.
Dancing bop in my bowl. Bumping at a bingy bowl.
Yeah.
Bapping ba da be boo. Bucking at a spingy boo. Popping a
Yeah.
bongy bing. Begging at a bingy boo.
Yeah. Email reminder. You see that you haven't had your email account yet.
Dancing.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
I don't want to watch this on my TV, but I kind of want to watch this video. Unreleased Spider-Man 4 game found. I don't want to watch it on my TV, though. I don't want to Chromecast it. Thank you. Hard 4 games. Canceled Spider-Man movie 4 tie-in. Huh.
Can you please fucking work?
Nah.
I can't get my text to work. What the fuck?
This is the lovely pre-show where we all try to get shit to work. It's the most exciting part of the Level Unlocked podcast.
I just
It
keep
is.
dragging and dragging. Why is this box so large? There it
You're
fucking
dragging.
is.
Your
I'm just
box
working
is-
on websites.
Your box is large.
Trying to get my website to work.
I'm so frustrated.
Me too. I don't know. I know I don't sound like it, but
No, you sound fucking fine.
like always.
You okay there, Mark?
I kind of. Thanks for asking.
Of course.
Yo, Walker.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Even with my hair pulled back like this, I have less of a receding hairline than you.
Don't you love that being your only view?
Yeah. That nice widow's peak.
It is amazing. Just literally just right here, nothing else. It's all empty right here, man.
Sure fucking is.
I got a pretty round head, so it's no big deal if I go if I go bald.
Yeah, it looks like through Mob Crush, it looks like it wants to post to like your own personal page. I wanted to post to like the splash screen page.
What do you mean?
Like there's users and then pages, I guess is one way of looking at it. Like you as a Facebook user can only have 2,000 friends or something.
That's weird.
But you can have pages, which is like a business page, for instance, which I don't think has a limit. And I want my
Good. We are live.
Pre-show.
Well, are
I
we
am
officially live, or are
I'm
we
Gucci.
live?
We
are good to
introing?
go.
Are we introing, or are we just saying we're live and just
We
going with it?
introing or we bitroing?
Doing both.
Welcome to the Level Unlocked podcast.
Wow.
Keep
I've
going.
never said it before, so I want to.
Keep going.
I don't know the rest of it. I kind of zone out.
You failed.
Wow. Only been on this for how long?
Going off what he said. Welcome everyone to the Level Unlocked podcast, episode 45.
That's what it is.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen.
fucking couldn't remember the number.
Yes, some episode number.
Some episode number that we've done 45 weeks. I don't know. It's just it all
Episode
blends in.
X 20XX.
Episode C.
We're getting there. Getting there almost to a year. Almost going to end this year strong, guys. We're in December. We're in the final stretch of the year.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, this year's not been great. Besides, like, Lady, that's about it. It's the only positive. Besides the podcast, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, we got a lot going on today. Got a lot of Nintendo news pretty much throughout every company. We got some Facebook specials. Call of Duty, Star Wars, the Jedi, the Fallen Order. Some extra stuff you never heard of, and maybe if we get to it, some movie news. But make sure we hang around and you love and like the podcast.
Now with kids.
Yes, especially with kids that are yelling and screaming in the background. I do apologize about that. I'm trying to mute when I can.
And just no
So
one
how's
can
everyone's week
fucking
going?
see you.
Yeah, no one can see you.
Yeah, it's your favorite
Just say
ceiling
it.
fan coming to you.
Coming to you
to you.
live.
Live from Arizona, it's Ceiling Fan.
Yeah, and Walker's
Exactly.
forehead sometimes.
Depending when I move, you can see my
Ceiling
forehead.
Hand, featuring Mr. Forehead.
Okay, there we go. Sorry,
All right,
my
all
children
right.
are taking a bath in my bathroom. It's right next to my
Yeah, I gotta be
gaming computer, so
Gotta be PC.
I'd rather not
Yeah, you gotta
show
be.
my children on live TV. My wife already
Well,
did
that'd
that.
be the positive.
That is true.
Man,
but,
imagine all the controversy you'll be in. Walker's over party.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hashtag Geach is over.
My one viewers, myself. But anyways, what's up, guys? How you guys been? Black Friday weekend. Let's talk about it, shall
Don't
we?
fucking talk about
I want to die.
It was
I'd rather
exhausting
jump
for
into
me.
Traffic on I-90.
So
Get the fuck
I-
out of here.
I was worn out, exhausted, mentally drained. I can only imagine how you guys barely working more than me. I
Oh,
understand
you
it.
had to stand
Yeah,
in the
you-
Alta line.
Yeah, you took a 45-minute nap.
I did. It was hard. It was a rough weekend.
Where'd you take the nap? On the fucking bench in the mall?
No, at home in the living room actually. It was. a
Oh,
good
yeah,
time.
lucky, even luckier.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. But
he's
so how was
not.
your guys' week? Otherwise, obviously, the hectic and craziness of Black Friday. Anything crazy happened through that? Any stories?
I can go.
Yeah, go ahead, Nate.
So, this week, other than Black Friday happening, that was pretty much the most inhumane part of my week. But I
Fine, inhumane.
had this working Black Friday. It's a zoo.
Jesus Christ, calm
I'll
down.
take it.
I know. So the cool, fun thing that happened to me was I got a little sponsorship going on.
Woo! Congrats.
Do
I
tell.
don't know fucking how, but I got reached out by this cool little gaming apparel company. They're kind of like a startup little guy. I don't know how long they've been around. I have to learn a little bit more, but they told me they would love to fucking what's the word? Essentially, they made me an affiliate of their company. It's actually on the stream. If anyone, whoever's watching, you'll be able to see it directly under Mr. Anaheim Ducks hat right in the middle. Good old James. It's sosickclothing.co.
That's pretty sick.
It is. It's so sick, honestly. Got some cool. They got some really cool shit on there, honestly. I'd definitely go check it out if you're into like gaming apparel and gaming in general. It looks a lot like some what the fuck's it called? And no, there's like no ad read or anything because like obviously like no money, but it's just kind of neat. Go check out and if you want 15% off store wide, use discount codes YFKit. They got a lot of cool shit, hoodies, t-shirts, just a bunch of stuff, bunch bunch of stuff. But yeah,
Nice word vomit.
yeah, it looks a lot like mascot logo kind of shit. It's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they got like essentially it looks like gaming team stuff. It's super dope. Other than that, played some COD, hung out, went Black Friday shopping a little bit after the hecticness, and that was fun.
After the hectic.
Yeah, the hectic. Bro,
Haptic
I don't have
feedback.
fucking worder. I don't have word skills. See? Fuck. I'm burnt straight out. Oh my, straight up burnt out. Fuck.
Words, man.
Dude, they're hard. I've not fucked up this much in verbiage in quite a while. But yeah, that's pretty much all interesting shit that happened to me this week. Something that I had thought was a little something that really made my fucking skin boil or skin crawl, blood boil. What do I mean by skin crawl? Anyhow, I got really pissed off, was what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I got into this little disagreement because she was wrong with this customer. So I was trying to not trying to sell, I was explaining essentially about this bundle, this PlayStation and Fortnite bundle that we still have tons of because there was no logical reason to purchase it. It was the same price with no actual gain of a PS4 Pro, which it was a slim with a Fortnite, so it didn't make any sense. But
Get skins, man.
But Fortnite.
here's the thing. We got into an argument, and I was like, well, honestly, you could just get like a normal, like the Pro. It's $250. It's even cheaper, and it's objectively better. And even though Fortnite's free, they're like, yeah, I know. Fortnite's free with the game bundle. And I'm like, no, Fortnite's free. No, you're wrong. Fortnite is free if you get the game bundle. That game is a $65 game. I'm like, no, it's not. That game is free. She's like, no, that game's $65. Thinking I don't know what I'm talking about. My son plays it every day. I'm like, ma'am, you got finessed by your 11-year-old for some Fortnite skins and V-Bucks. She's like,
How else are you gonna get the Fortnite skins though?
I was-
V-Bucks.
How else you gonna get
I
those
was
marshmallow
so
skins in the?
mad. I don't know why, but like just the way she responded continuously literally made
Oh,
me to
there's
the
been.
point where I was my hand was fucking visibly shaking. Like I was so pissed off.
I've had
Like,
that.
she was talking to me like I was stupid as shit.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, it's free. And she was looking at her friend because at this point I wasn't even talking to her. I was talking to like her compatriot, whoever the fuck she was to her. And I was like, well, listen, Fortnite's actually free. You just go to the app store and you download it from like your console or even your phone or computer, whatever they may have. And she's like, nah, Fortnite's $65. My son plays it every day. And I'm like, you got fucking finessed by an 11-year-old.
Yeah, man.
man, you gotta start the
bamboozles you lady.
You gotta
I've had
start
that
the
too.
hustle young. Gotta start it
Yeah.
young.
Obviously.
You get chills because you're so
$65.
angry.
Yeah.
You get chills and shit because you're so pissed off.
I had to
Like,
pop outside. Like, I was so pissed. I don't know why it made me so mad. Maybe it was just like all the hustle and bustle and the fucking stress of dealing with people. Like
Oh,
that
it's just when
much.
people like call you out, like they think they know
right.
more. Like I had back when me and Schroeder were sales in computers, they used to push a thing hard, the recovery media for your computer. Like they pushed that hard. And one of the thing that we used to sell was a PC setup where it was $100. We set your computer up as well as we made the recovery media for you. Like that was like the bread and butter of the sales, and me and Schroeder started. And the guy was like, well, how long is it going to take? And I was telling him, and I was like, well, it'll probably be a couple hours. And he was like, what do you mean it's going to be a couple hours? He's like, recovery media takes like 10 minutes to make. And I was like, no. It's like it's on individual discs. There's about 8 discs. They usually say on average 30 minutes to an hour a disc. And he was like, no, it's 15 minutes total. You guys are scam artists. I was like, no, that's not it. I promise you, I've been doing this for a very long time. He's like, no, and just turned around and walked away. I was like that little thing because it's like when people like question like
Something you know for
like
a
your
fact.
knowledge, like
Yeah.
I get pissed off at that shit. It's like
And like fucking 2 of my coworkers, I won't name them because I don't know how they feel about that, but I had walked over, and because like they saw the interaction, and I walked over fucking fuming, like what happened, and I explained the story. Like honestly, what you should have done, which would have been the best idea, would just look over if you saw anyone, just be like, hey, is Fortnite free? And like you would have probably had like 6 people that worked, and then random customers just be like, yeah, it's free, it's a completely free game. I feel like that would have just put her down on her fucking face.
Let me
right
call
then
up a ninja right now.
Yeah.
I'll call up Fortnite
get on the
Ninja
phone.
right now.
Good old Tyler Blevins right on the phone.
Yo, hey, Fortnite Ninja, is Fortnite free? It is? Oh, you could save money with coupon code NINJA for free V-Bucks? Wow. Click.
Wow.
Creator code? What's that? You can use the creator code. They get kickback for every sale. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
It was just, I don't know why, but
Those little things, man.
it could be like my own little toxic trait, but like whatever. But like I get
I get the same
so
way.
infuriated when I know exactly what I'm talking about is absolute fact. And like there's legitimately no way to say I'm not correct on like certain things. It's just they're like, well, no, you're wrong. And I'm like,
No.
Am I though?
listen before
No,
I
I'm
throw
not.
this 6-ounce crock pot at your dome piece.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. It was ridiculous.
Do
But
you
yeah,
guys?
that's my week and weekend, I
Shit.
suppose.
Do you guys remember when like Walmart? I think it was
Price match
somehow-
eBay?
Well, not even
Ah.
not even that. Like
I remember that.
like Walmart's website or someone's website. Maybe I don't remember what it was, but they had like a PS4 or it was like an Xbox One for like $100. I don't know if you guys ever recall hearing about that stuff.
I remember when Walmart had an Xbox One with Gears of War Ultimate Edition for like $5, and
Yeah,
I
it was something
immediately bought 2 of them, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, your order has been processed." I'm like, "Lit," and then the next day it's like, "Oh, we canceled your order." I'm like, "Why?"
And it was something like that where someone fucked up at corporate. A dude comes in with a screenshot of it on his phone. He was like, "I need you guys to price match this," and I was like, no. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "That's not real." Like, yeah, it is real. I got off the website. I was like, "Yeah, I know you did, but is it the same price in the website right now?" It was like, "Well, no, they changed it from earlier, but it's still there." I was like, "Okay, then why don't you at Walmart price matching Walmart then?" They wouldn't do it. Exactly, and I won't do it either. And he was like,
I
"Well,
won't
that's your
do
po-"
it either.
And he was like, "Well, that's your policy. You have to price match." I was like, "No, nowhere in our policy says I have to do what you tell me to do." And the
Mhm.
guy looks at me, and he was like, "So you're not going to do it?" It was like a Wii. I think it was a Wii U.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why
no,
would you want that?
Yeah, why
anyhow?
would you want that? Period.
It was either it was a Wii U, and he was like, "Why? So you're not going to do it?" I was like, "No." It's like, "I'm not going to do that." And he was like, "Who do I have to talk to get this done?" I was like, "Well, I'm the only manager here, and so you're talking to the only person who can authorize this." And he was like, "So you're gonna authorize it?" I'm like, "Nope." And I was like, "Sir,"
Not even
I
close.
just told you I'm not gonna authorize it.
and he looks at it. He's with his mom, and his mom's like, "Come on, honey, let's go." And the son was like, "No, not until I get this done." And I was like, "You're gonna want to listen to your mom because you're just gonna stand there and keep asking me, and I'm just gonna look at you in the face and keep telling you no." And he was just like, until you stormed out. Yeah, we actually got. It's just sometimes customers are just like, ugh.
best.
It's
Oh,
what
I
makes
had
our
to
business, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
I had to make so one other thing that was interesting this week. I had to explain to somebody why getting so maybe not everyone thinks about it this way, but if you break it down, it makes a lot of sense. But why getting an Xbox One all digital is a poor choice compared to getting a Xbox One S not all digital. And they were like, well, I'll just get games and like I'll pick up a couple games while I'm here. I'm like, well, actually you won't. So here's obviously I said it a little bit nicer and
Yeah.
like, a lot more professional. And I was like, well, you see,
That's your first mistake.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like, no,
So-
you won't, Chief.
Where's the disc drive? Do you realize where it says all digital?
Don't you
Well, here's
see
the thing.
Xbox One sad?
Yeah, exactly. I fucking referenced that. But
Well, here, let me help you pick them out.
yeah.
Well, that one won't work. No, that one won't work.
Well, this one might actually. Well, no.
No.
But like, I had to.
Like, what do you
I
mean?
made
Why
sure
are
they
none of these games
understood.
working? You know,
Yeah.
I just told you.
I broke it down to the point where like she ended up getting the correct one for her son, but her son originally sent her up there for an all digital just because it was an Xbox and it was $150, not realizing that, I mind you, this son is 9 years old.
Mom,
So-
Xbox now.
I don't think they understand the fact that you're losing the ability, especially if you buy a $60 game. Because I mind you, obviously, the 9-year-old's not buying a $60 game. It's going to be the parents. That if they don't end up liking it, you're out $60, period.
Right.
What
Or
is
you
she
can
ju- What is it? She just get a Stadia?
No.
What's the return policy there?
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
lambasted on Twitter or on Reddit by the by one of the like Stadia devs. That's your return policy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, theoretically, you can get a game returned if you try hard. Because you have to, like, completely conversate with fucking the, what's it called?
BIM from Microsoft. BIM
Yeah.
Scrimbo.
Scrimbo. But yeah, like, she wasn't grasping it at first. And, like, it wasn't her fault. She probably hasn't touched, like, a gaming system in X amount of years or ever, for that matter, because some people just don't. But
Yeah.
I was like, well,
Right.
your 9-year-old's probably going to lose interest in this game in about like a year or so. And I don't even know what game they were getting, or what games he plays. Probably just Fortnite, realistically.
Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft. And then they would just be out like 60 fucking bucks if they bought a real game. And I
Yeah.
was like, if you don't do this, and also when they grow up, they're probably going to watch movies. You know what that disc drive also does? 4K Blu-ray player, or not technically a 4K, it's a Blu-ray player. Then you can upscale to 4K on the 1S, I believe, because the X is the actual 4K one.
Yeah.
And they ended up getting it, and then they came back and talked to another employee that we have there, and he was like, they responded, they talked to this one person who happens to like know a lot about Microsoft. I'm not going to say exactly what their title is, but everyone here knows who I'm talking about. And he walks over. He's like, "Did you tell someone that like they can't expand their storage?" I'm like, "That's actually exactly the opposite of what I had explained, because the storage has nothing to do with what I was talking about. You're still able to expand that. You just can't ever return a video game or get like reimbursement for that as to where you buy one with a console, an actual console, not essentially a very large
Not AIDS.
drive, and you just won't ever be able to return anything, and then you'll be out X amount of money, and it's a whole thing." But yeah, I had a lot of interesting interactions with people this week. I will say that.
Seems like
What
it.
the fuck are you doing there, bud?
Posting on the gram of Insta.
What was that, Mark?
Seems like a pretty interesting week.
It's a pretty interesting. Oh, and for another price match thing is just like this person did not understand that we do not price match from Sunday to Monday, period. I'm like, well, what if it goes on sale? And I'm like, well, no, I can't do that.
Go on
Like, well,
sale
after
wherever.
this, yeah. And they're like, well, what if it goes on sale when, like, even more of a sale once it's not Black Friday anymore? I'm like, well, it's not more than likely
On
going
sale
to,
on
considering this
Tuesday,
is
then.
Black Friday. But theoretically, if it did, sure. I'm like, well, if it goes on sale on like Amazon, you'll price match that, right? Like, I'm like, after Monday, they're like, no, anytime in the week. I'm like, well, see previous conversation for details, because they just didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
happens. It's the joys of working.
Oh,
with
it's
the
retail.
public.
I just
One
I
of my
fucking-
favorites is when like somebody tries to explain to you something and then you correct them and then they come back at you with like something that has nothing to do with it.
No,
Yeah.
you. They hit you with
Yeah,
that no,
I-
you.
Yeah, I always I
Uh-huh.
always say it in such a manner that makes them kind of laugh a little bit, but my typical response is the combination of words that you just said make no sense to my brain.
Yeah. The only thing that genuinely like gets my goat about things is when they respond like they've been personally attacked.
Who
And I'm
the
just like, well, I'm
fuck?
just trying to help you not buy the wrong thing.
Who
And
the
then they're like
Yeah,
legitimately offended.
Who the fuck south of like 60 years old said gets my goat?
Why is that?
I was wondering the same thing.
No,
I heard- that's all I
We
heard.
don't say gets my goat anymore.
You heard if it didn't.
Again, who south of 60 years old says that anymore.
Oh man.
People don't
It
even
got my
own
goat
goats
now.
anymore.
That saying started in 1904 in the book Saint Sing.
Oh my god.
So,
You bet your biffy, man. I don't know.
So what about you, Mark? How was your week?
nothing too bad. I went home to see the family over Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves with you guys. Now I'm just working on some websites for my clients. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, we played some Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
After
we
Sea of
got
Thieves.
like was it
After
2
you
nights
left,
ago?
James. Yeah, after you left. Oh my jeez.
Yeah, we got like 2 voyages pretty much, or 2 or 3 voyages, and then we did those. But then every time we went to the islands, there would be captains there.
Oh,
So we
nice.
kill them. They drop orders, and then we get their loot, and then we would just fill up our entire wheel probably for a solid hour or 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, though, every single thing was literally within like 2 clicks, if not the same exact island. We
Yeah,
did
it was-
we did probably 5 voyages or 5 things on the same island. We just kept getting them. It was for the exact same one.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
It was
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, it was. And then we were like, fuck, we still have like 4 things to do. And then like one was up top towards it, and like literally a half a click past that was the Reaper's chest. We're like, fuck, okay, so do we do these, or do we do this one up top, do the Reaper's chest, and then right below that's an outpost, and we're like, fuck it, let's just do the Reaper's chest. Do that. Of course, there's a goddamn ghost ship that wouldn't die.
Of course.
So we defeat the ghost ship.
Got him.
Yeah, we defeat the ghost ship. We got that loot. We got the loot from the Reaper's chest. How much was it when it was all said and done? Like 35,000.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's the most we've ever got. It was insane. Our whole entire bottom was full, and that was including all the shit that we did, James, too.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I feel bad for James. He got off because we did play for a little bit longer after you got off, but it was that was a
Yeah, I figured.
very large haul. That was fun though, and it got super nerve wracking because we didn't see anybody throughout like the whole entire time. Like it's just bound to happen, or someone's gonna show up.
Just
And then we ended up seeing a boat at the very last minute, but they didn't come near us, so we
Good.
got lucky. I guess that's the last thing we want.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It all worked out in the end because of friendship.
Exactly.
Yeah, power of friendship and the heart of cards.
Yeah.
100%.
I guess I've been playing a lot of StarCraft and Hearthstone lately as well.
Yeah, I seen you play
Okay.
that.
Fucking Blizzard games.
Have you
I
been
don't know,
banned in
there's-
Hong Kong yet?
Not yet. I don't play too much Hearthstone. It's just one of those games that you can just like fall asleep to because you're just playing cards.
Hmm.
And you
That's
can play it
fair.
on like a tablet or a phone, so it's super nice having all of your decks everywhere. Even though it's
That's
like
cool.
2 gigs or something like that.
Jesus, that's big for a mobile
Um,
game.
Yeah, and then StarCraft is just really fun whenever you have nothing to do and you just want to wreck some folks.
How was StarCraft?
Nothing too crazy. I'm just trying to get my style I'm trying to get as efficient as possible, for the lack of a better term. So I play Protoss mainly, and I'm just trying to get my victories down to under 16 minutes. And it seems to be working out. My last one was like 14 and a half minutes.
Speedrun.
Nice.
Speedrun
Yeah.
strats.
I don't know. It's wild in StarCraft. Still have to learn how to
Oh,
use the
son of a
keyboard,
bitch.
not use the mouse all the time. Oh, fuck off, Nate.
I'm sorry. I don't.
How dare you?
But yeah, that's all for me for this week.
Good shit.
Oh, I
What
also
about-
built a computer. Shit.
Oh yeah, you did build a computer for Minecraft.
Yeah, you made a Minecraft server.
Wanted
Did
to
you
make
just
a-
have like parts laying around?
Yeah, I had a bunch of extra parts from
What the
whenever I
fuck?
upgraded my computer. And so I was just like, well, let's build a new one. And then I wanted to make a web server at one point for work pretty much. And as of right now, I just built it, updated it, and I was like, let's put a Minecraft server on it.
Nice.
That's what I've been been doing in my free time.
That's awesome.
Now I'm good. Holy shit.
What about you, Jeff?
Oh, not too much. I spent I hung out with my boss. Well, he moved on to bigger and better things, but my old boss, for Thanksgiving, and then the joys of retail.
Yeah.
5 to 1 on Thanksgiving Day. It was a dream.
Mhm.
But other than that, just been chilling really. Nothing really crazy new to report. I've been playing a bit of Total War Warhammer.
Yeah, you have.
That game is fun.
And shit ton.
Yeah, it's a good time. Plus you can mod it and stuff.
Is it multiplayer?
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah,
I
pretty
believe
sure.
so.
Nice.
Yeah. I recommend watching a couple YouTube videos on it because it's pretty in depth. Like you run around a map with a bunch of armies, and you have to like take over certain areas, and then building specific buildings kind of has. You guys ever play Spore?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The city builder idea to that. It has like that feel to it. So there's only a couple buildings you would build, but like one of them is money, one of them is like happiness for the city, one of them's growth, another one is, and then you have like a couple of them that you have to have in order to like produce certain types of troops. And then once you've collected so many troops, you take those troops into battle and fight over other areas of the map. But there's like a bunch of different types of enemy, elves versus vampires versus freaking Chaos or Norska, which are like Vikings. But it's pretty fun, and it's based off the tabletop, And then actually I watched a handful of YouTube videos on just the tabletop version.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've always
That's
been.
If I had my own place, that's one thing I'd invest in, is a nice Warhammer army.
It's
I used to have
expensive.
one. It is
It's
expensive.
really expensive, yeah.
I used to have an awesome Vampire Counts army, and then I had it in a box. Actually, it was a briefcase, and somebody stole the whole briefcase.
Oh,
no.
fuckers.
Yeah, me and my buddy,
Yeah.
had a whole
Nice.
fucking like armada of just a bunch of different Warhammer shit. And we used to go to what's that place that was in that old plaza?
Gateway.
Yeah, we
I
used to
love
go to
Gateway.
and play
Yeah, Gateway was pretty cool.
lots of tabletop. It was a lot of fun.
I won pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards there. So I went with my friend to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and I lost in the first round, and they felt bad for me, so they gave me a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a
Okay, so you
consolation
didn't
prize.
win.
Yeah. Walker. So we not only did we probably play Yu-Gi-Oh against each other at Toys R Us, but we probably also played Yu-Gi-Oh at Gateway as well.
Probably that Pokemon. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they gave me one because they felt bad for me. They're like, here you go, like for the. It's like I don't even know what they even called it. But it was pretty much a consolation prize. This pack goes to Jeremy. Like, cool. I feel special. I just sat there the whole entire time doing nothing.
For the award for Mr. Irrelevant.
Pretty much. So that was fun. So how about you, James? How was your week?
I've been cheating on Claude. I hate to admit it, but I've been cheating on Claude.
A couple games you have been.
I've been playing Pokemon Shield. That game's
that?
that game's good. So I had the hardest time picking the starter. This was probably the hardest decision of my life because I love and cherish every single one of those starters. I would take a bullet for any of the starters. So if you have you guys seen the starters for it?
No, I've seen you post something about it though. Aren't they just regular your basic fire, water?
Yeah, but hold on. Pokemon. I'm gonna throw this on my stream. Sword and Shield.
Starters.
Starters.
So what's your overall opinion on the game so far? You like it?
Oh, it's great. I think streaming it was probably the best decision because there they are.
I see them.
They're those
got 'em
adorable
pulled
motherfuckers. I picked Scorn
So-
Bunny. Ah, God, it's so bright.
I ask because I've actually heard a lot of negativity towards the games
Yeah, a lot of
due
people
to
are
the fact that
butthurt.
apparently they're not ported correctly, or they don't feel ported correctly, and like you can't get a bunch of shit
Yeah, no, they're just I don't,
like elitists. You think?
yeah, they are. Well, and then also like I can see that if you were, you know, if you've been playing the games for, forever.
Right.
If you've been playing since Gen 1, I went from Gen 2 to Gen 3 and then just fell off the face of the earth
Yeah.
when it comes to that. By the way, mine is Scorn Bunny. I got to represent the little rascal who has the tape over his nose. I'd
I don't
fucking
understand. So why are people mad at this game? It's not. I don't know
So
what-
it's a few things. One, a lot of people are like, "Oh, they don't have all the Pokemon in it." You cannot have every Pokemon in that game.
is there any game where every Pokemon's in it?
You can, through trading. You can, and then through like the post game stuff, you can have every single Pokemon in. I think it's like what, Black, like the last of the DS games. So what, Black 2 and White 2?
I was gonna say I wasn't
As of
sure if
right
there
now,
was
there's
one.
807.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
I didn't
Pokemon.
think there was a game that had every single Pokemon because there was way too many.
Yeah, not in the game itself, but through trading and stuff from the other games. You can
Gotcha.
get every single Pokemon. All at the time of like 700 and some. But there's a lot of people that are upset about that. They can't continue on. They don't have a living Pokemon, Pokédex, as it's called, where it just gradually grows and grows and grows throughout each game. They just import them throughout each game. So a lot of people are upset about that, which is rightfully so. Like I can understand that. But at the same time, I feel like this game is a reset for the series. It's starting fresh, new group of people coming into it, and then maybe down the line we'll see some stuff where they, might eventually be able to have all the Pokemon in it. That's the
So-
main gripe.
Something I saw, I haven't seen anything yet, I guess I would say, but something that gives me like a little bit of like worrisome about the game is this is like the first time a Pokemon has legitimately had a weapon in its mouth. Do you think that's going to cause any sort of or like it's a legitimate weapon? Like, I mean, do you think people would end up causing a ruckus about that?
No.
Do you think that's like a possibility?
No, not at all.
No? I
No,
don't-
no, not at all. No, because
They know it's good for 'em.
Pokemon's stupid. Pokemon's stupid. It's great. I love it. They have a fucking ice cream cone Pokemon.
Right.
A legitimate ice cream cone. They have a fucking, trash Pokemon.
Man's wields a sword though.
Cubone wears its dead mother's skull.
Yeah, but like
It's true.
you don't really know that unless you look into the Cubone.
Hypno lures kids into a dark alley and consumes them.
Facts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Got him.
So, like, I'm sure the people who would be upset about a Pokemon, a doggo with a swordo in his mouth, wouldn't, they don't know about that other stuff.
I'm
That's
pretty
fair.
upset.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how upset are you?
69.
Nice.
Yeah. Chill, bro.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Pokemon, it's got me back into the series, and one of the really cool things that I like about it is that it has. Okay, so who here has played Destiny? Raise your hand.
I've watched people play it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are familiar with the what's it called? Like that hub world in the
Yeah, I
game.
forget what it's called.
Yeah, I forget what it's called too. I don't play that trash. But they essentially have that in this game too, called the Wild. So, in between certain areas, certain big cities, it's not a route like in the other games. This is called a wild area, where it's just this huge, wide open map where there's a bunch of Pokemon running around. And you can go fight them, capture them, all that kind of stuff. But throughout that, you're seeing other trainers roam around, other actual players. So you can team up with them to take on these things called these raids, where you fight other Pokemon, stronger Pokemon, and once you get, high enough level, you get to fight like like Gigamax or Gigantamax versions of them, where it's an actual fucking raid from like an MMO.
Nice.
So that's one of the coolest things to add like a little bit of life into the series. I really like all the Pokemon. All the new Pokemon are absolutely adorable. Wooloo is one of my favorites. I would take a bullet for both Scorn Bunny and Wooloo. Yeah, Pokemon's great. Also been playing. Well, we played Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
We played some Tabletop Simulator. One of these days, one of us will end up streaming it. Maybe. I found out my computer really cannot do that in 4K. It really doesn't like it.
It was a trial, that first one, though. It was just a trial to see if it worked.
Oh, yeah. And boy, does it work.
It does.
I remember me, Mark, and Nate playing it when we got it. And can we just say, now that Nate's not here, that fucking game of Sorry wasn't great.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. I don't think I ever played Sorry before. But man, do I not want to play Sorry anymore. Like ever again in my life. I'm completely content if I never play Sorry again in my life.
It's gotta be hard playing Uno being colorblind, man.
And yet he's always the one. So Nate's always the one that's like, let's play Uno. Let's play Uno.
Yeah, when the PlayStation, when it was Nate, James, Miller, and me.
Yeah.
Probably feels really good when he gets it right,
We kept having to go. Me and Mark kept having to go. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh, that's what Sorry is. I couldn't remember.
Sorry. Yeah, it's a game that. Yeah, I didn't. Who was it that did I flip the table that time, Mark? At the end of Sorry, I think so because I was like, "Fuck this game."
First tabletop game specifically. First multiplayer game specifically designed to troll.
Yeah,
it's true.
It is. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Back in the day, man, a lot of those games were trolly before the internet came out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that probably came out back during like the Great Depression, and what a better way to get rid of a few kids, Play a little bit of Sorry, a little Monopoly. I'm sure one person's gonna get stabbed or shot.
Oh heck yeah, man! Back then, definitely.
Heck yeah, man.
Stabbed, bullets were expensive.
Oh man, we should. Oh yeah, it's true. Oh man, we should play Monopoly sometime. Do like a 9-hour stream of Monopoly.
Well, there was. Mark
Ultimate Monopoly.
He had Ultimate Monopoly with 3 different layers.
Yeah, it was wild. We played that.
Yeah, you had the base layer, and if you landed on the railroad, you either move up or you move down to the other.
That's way too complex.
Yeah, you either moved up to the inner circle or you moved down to the outer circle. Yeah, there was 3 layers.
It was like Monopoly Big O style.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a Fallout one too. That was kind of cool. They had that one too. Fallout Monopoly.
Is there a hentai one?
I'm sure there is.
Sure there is.
Oh, probably. Guarantee it.
Checking.
But yeah, so I played a little bit of that, played COD like usual.
You guys still liking that game?
Yeah, it's still fun. I paid $60 fucking for that piece of shit.
Yeah, it crashed 5 times on me before I could get it.
My PS4 firmware crashed while playing it. Like the software didn't, but the PlayStation operating system crashed.
I was like, no.
I'm like, why can't I move? Why can't my controller do anything? And then it just crashes, and it's like,
blue screen.
Pretty much.
Blue screen to PlayStation.
Pretty much. And
there's
then
a bunch of people that still play it though. We actually got some news for it too.
Yeah, we do.
Season 1.
Yeah, we do. I also got back into the Outer Worlds, and the more I play the Outer Worlds, the less I enjoy it.
It
It's
gets way
Promising.
too repetitive.
It does. Like, they blew their load on, like, the first 2 planets. Especially when it comes to the writing. Because the writing is extremely witty and interesting and cool on the first 2. And then it just slowly descends to, like, where I'm at. And it just takes a 90-degree turn downward. And at this point, it's like, I'm not even interested anymore.
Really?
Yeah. It's...
Tag myself.
But I'm at the point where it's like I've already invested this much time into it. I've already invested 13, 14 hours into the game. I'm gonna keep fucking going. I am locked in. Because if I do that, I'm not gonna get the return on my investment, my time investment. So
Facts.
instead of playing, fucking Death Stranding, or popping in The Sims 4 again, dicking around on that. No. I'm suffering through the Outer Worlds. Game's good, though. Game's good.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fun for the first, 5 hours.
It's fine.
Best goddamn Fallout game I've ever played. So, Walker, how was your week?
Good. The stream brought to you by Peanuts.
Parties nuts.
It's our first sponsor.
This stream not sponsored by Red Bull. I just want to shout out Red Bull for giving me energy.
And Bud Light.
Yes, I have a flooded coffee pot. I'm jealous of your energy drink.
Didn't do really anything special. It was a long weekend. Exhausting. Exhausted myself through not working. The finer things in life.
Quick, say Nate's a bitch. Nate's a bitch.
What?
What a fuck.
What?
Yeah, sorry, Nate.
That actually made me
what's that?
think of something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I made a mistake.
Wow.
Look what you
No,
did.
this is a real quick story. So,
Would've guessed.
Warp Tour about 2 to 3 years ago, I believe. It was. I think it might have been 2 or 3. But so eventually got to the James. Motherfucker. But no, real fast. So I ended up. Oh,
I got my headset on though. I got my
everyone's
headset
leaving.
All right,
No,
well,
fucking-
I'm about to head out.
I'm gonna head out. No, but about 2 to 3 years ago, we were at Warp Tour and we were all standing in line before shows open and everything. There were a couple hundred people, in our specific area, probably a couple thousand total. But in
Oh, I
our
think I
general
know the
area, we
story.
had about 200 to 500 people ended up screaming because my buddy got it, and we just looked around and got a bunch of other people, and he convinced everyone to start screaming "Nate's a bitch." And we ended up having roughly 200 some odd people screaming "Nate's a bitch, Nate's a bitch." And I'm like, yo, fuck it, Nate's a bitch. All publicity is good publicity. Let's fucking go. And everyone just started uproaring. And I mind you, this was right after we had just started getting everyone to sing Rockstar too. It was a great time. But yeah,
Like the Nickelback song?
All Star.
Oh, All Star. Okay. I thought you said Rockstar. I was like, the
No. No, yeah,
surprised you
we got people to
killed.
sing Black Parade and All Star that day. It was fun.
Heck yeah, man.
Hey, now. You're an All Star.
Get your game on.
Game on.
Go play. So, Walker, since you're no longer
So much fucking
interrupted,
better. Sorry.
I wasn't going on my week or anything. It was extremely eventful. No, I went to a light festival yesterday. That was pretty cool.
how
Basically,
cold was it?
it's 54 degrees.
Yeah,
Very
it's
cold.
It's like 39 right now.
Yeah, it was freezing. That was kind of cool. It's basically a bunch of different cars and things decked out on Christmas lights. They do a parade.
Oh, that's cool.
Probably about 15,000 people there.
Holy shit.
It was insane how filled the sidewalks and streets were. So you know how in most parades that there's just usually one line and like no one sits behind people
Mhm.
because they want to get the candy and everything? No. It was the people in the front. Then it was layered 5 to 6 levels deep all around the whole entire block.
Damn, squad rolls deep.
Nice.
Yeah, it
well,
was
yeah, when
pretty
you have
wild.
that many people.
So, but that was pretty much about it. But yeah, that's all I got.
Wow, great week.
Yeah, no, it was pretty boring, uneventful at all.
Invigorating.
I go into it. James, you said really quick. I did find a list before you get into the news of the top greatest Pokemon games of all time.
Let's fucking do it.
I'm interested about this as well.
Number
Let's
8,
fucking do it.
Pokemon White and Black. Pokemon White and Black 2. They combine those into one.
Yeah, because it's all like one continuous story. I hear the post game is fantastic in those games.
Number 7, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
I didn't care.
easy there.
I didn't care for them.
Diamond was my favorite. Dialga's a beast.
Number 6,
Yeah, try playing them in
X and
CCG.
Y.
Didn't play those ones.
Yeah, I
I
didn't,
didn't play
X and
those
Y.
ones either. Number 5, Ultimate Sun and Moon.
Or us. I didn't. I played regular Sun and Moon.
Or ass.
Yeah. Or ass.
Number 4, Sword and Shield.
Oh, no, that's Ruby and Sapphire.
How did we get to 4 already?
Yeah.
Ripping through it.
Yeah, 5, Ultimate Sun and Moon. 4, it's only top 8.
I thought you said top 10.
No, top 8.
Has there even been 8 Pokemon
Let
games? Like,
him
mainly.
give his list, gentlemen.
Pokemon number 4, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Number 3, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald.
I put probably
those-
200 hours into Sapphire.
I had Ruby.
You would.
I would. I did. I had the red one. I had to.
Sapphire was a
Number
good
2, Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow.
Oh yeah, Gold and Silver and Crystal.
And number 1 is indeed Gold, Silver, and which I had all 3 of those.
So, all right, I think the main reason why people love Gold and Silver so much, well, 1, it's a great game. But 2, after you beat it, Satoru Iwata, the absolute fucking mad lad, was able to put all of the Kanto region in that game somehow.
Yeah, that was awesome. You literally can play the first generation all over again. I love those
Fucking
games.
bad lad.
He is an
Second
absolute mad lad.
set-
He did that all by himself. Like, no one at Game Freak knew. No one
That's
there
awesome.
knew. He was just like, I'm just going to fucking do it. I don't care. I'm doing it in my free time. Give me the IV drip, damn it.
I'm gonna do it.
You talked
And
about
then,
red and green, right?
Yeah, that was number 2.
Red, blue, and yellow. But green, yes, technically is in there.
Well, yeah, green was
So-
Japan only.
That's true. And just because it's something that interests the fuck out of me, and I'm actually curious to what James would think about this because I know he's super Japan culture. Opinion on the whole Lavender Town thing?
Eh.
No, you don't think that like anything actually ended up happening from that?
Nah.
People actually killed themselves though.
Well, people kill themselves in Japan all the time.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but like
Suicide Forest, hashtag
suppo-
Logan Paul.
Hashtag low gang.
anyhow,
Submit Sudoku.
just like
Submit
7.
Sudoku. Sorry.
you don't think there's anything behind
Yeah,
like the whole
cool.
frequency of the game and the music in Sapphire? I mean, not Sapphire, but Lavender Town.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
I thought they debunked it.
I'm sure
Uh,
there's some
no.
people
They're-
that got triggered by it. Like, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people that played the game.
Oh, yeah.
Chances are somebody out there was like, you know what? I'm depressed already, and this is just pushing me right over the edge.
I
I'm gonna
guarantee
do
it.
But I feel like there's
So-
there could be something behind like the fact of like the frequency of the game and like apparently subliminal things throughout like the music and whatnot ended up causing some ruckus to happen.
I mean, I felt
I feel like
bad
it's
that
possible.
I felt bad that, you killed Gary's, Raticate.
Yeah, it's true.
You straight kill it.
Yeah, dude.
Second part of this list was the best Pokemon spin-off games. Number 8, Pokemon Pinball.
Okay.
Pokemon Puzzle Legend. Pokemon Puzzle League.
Yeah,
sorry,
Puzzle League.
which is like a Tetris.
Yep.
Number 6, Pokemon Let's Go.
It's actually more Puyo
Eh.
Puyo, but okay.
Number 5, Pokemon Go.
Go to the polls.
Number 4, Pokemon Trading Card Game,
Oh, yeah.
I like that game.
That's how I learned how to play
Number-
Pokemon.
3, I never heard of this one, but Pokemon Conquest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Conquest. I need to play that. So, Pokemon Conquest, you take Pokemon and take feudal Japan. Like, legit, one of the characters is Nobunaga, the Emperor of Japan, back in like what, the 1400s or something like that.
And it says it's like the game is challenging like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah, it's a strategic RPG. It's weird.
Number 2, which was one of my favorites, Pokemon Stadium.
Mhm.
And then number 1, which I thought was an amazing game, Pokemon Snap.
Oh, Pokemon Snap's great.
Fucking love that game. I wish you could emulate it, but it's you can't.
Yeah, you can.
So
Can't?
futuristic.
Project 64.
What they did it?
Yeah, pretty
I
much
haven't tried it
every
since.
N64 game runs perfectly fine on Project 64.
Yeah, I
I knew
played
that
fucking
one.
Conker's Bad Fur Day through
I
that.
knew that Pokemon Snap like never worked on emulators. Whenever I tried to do it, I'll have to take a look into it.
Hey, they were able to do it on the Wii Virtual Console and the Wii U Virtual Console by
Oh,
proxy.
damn.
Where
to
was
know.
where was Hey You Pikachu on this fucking list?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I was
Not on here.
so I'm gonna pull.
Pikachu Pod Racing.
Pikachu. Now that's
It
pod
was the
racing.
It was the Star Wars crossover.
I'm gonna pull a Nate real quick and sidebar. I actually bought
All right.
I bought Hey You Pikachu, a microphone, and an N64 years back to do a video with the plan of doing a video review of Pokemon or of Hey You Pikachu. And it was gonna be great because my one buddy was gonna get in, like dress up as like a Pikachu, and we were gonna have like a live action skit where I'm just like yelling, Pikachu, hey Pikachu, listen to me, listen, Pikachu, Pikachu, just over and over, and he was just gonna go fuck off and do his own little thing. I really need to bring that idea back. I need to
I
get
like
someone. Nate, can
Set
you
it up.
dress up as Pikachu for me?
I'll get a fucking Pikachu onesie. I swear to
Okay.
God.
All right, do it.
Swear to God.
I already
I
got 2
swear
onesies.
to
What's the
fucking
third
God.
one?
Don't make me do it.
Bet.
I'm certainly not on Amazon right now.
Well, gentlemen, let's get into some news.
News.
This first one, if you go off the thing that I did, Mark, it's yours. You can take it.
Oh shit! Yeah. So I guess to start it off, Steam removed hundreds of games from the store, probably closer to 1,000 from this article. But they're removing a bunch of asset flip games, for the lack of a better term.
Good.
Yeah, it looks like that since this has been a problem for years, that Valve and Steam are finally doing something about it. So there's a few companies out there, such as Daxton Technology, which had about 48 games on the platform that were all removed. So it isn't great both ways, but I know that there are people there are companies out there that literally just make asset games or asset flip games to just make revenue.
So, for the viewers at
So-
home that might not know, what is an asset flip, Mark?
So whenever you download a standard game editor, they give you a bunch of like starting assets. So if you make those into games and you make really simple games and then you push out a bunch of games that are pretty much the same thing or little things that are different, then that's considered an asset flip. It's just making the same kind of game with the similar assets or basic assets over and over again. Just to make a game and make
Yeah,
money
just
from
to
it.
try to flood the market.
Yeah, not making anything good. You're just making a shitty ass game to put on the market.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess it's since that's violating Valve's terms of service, they're getting rid of a bunch of those games on their service.
Good.
That's funny.
Pretty wild.
Nate, $30 on Amazon's Pikachu onesie.
So I found it on fucking Hot Topic for 17.
Okay, there you go.
What the fuck, guys?
Oh shit!
Yo,
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
think we're playing games over here?
We ain't. Mark, you want to be the
Why not?
videographer?
What you guys are talking about
Oh,
here?
definitely. I have a camera.
Let's do it.
Just need to bring lights.
Oh my gosh.
This is gonna have no relevance because no one's gonna under. But James, Japanese is usually 3x for me. Just
Okay.
let you know.
All right. I'll get it for you, man. Don't you think I'm
Merry
playing?
Christmas.
You think I'm playing?
Think I'm playing.
Sticking with the PC, one quick thing for those who do want to
Yeah,
play
I'm
it.
serious, he is.
Politically
Uh,
correct.
Red Dead Redemption 2 Steam version will be released this Friday.
Oh, nice.
This
That was
Thursday,
quick.
the 5th.
That was quick.
Coming way sooner than expected, it says. Way sooner.
Definitely.
Honestly, like for shit like that, I feel like it's already made. I feel like they just sit on it. I could be completely wrong. Like it could take genuine time to do it, but I feel like they at least have the base of it in production.
Well, probably,
just-
but knowing Rockstar, I mean, they do shit PC ports.
They
Do
just
they?
wanted
I've never played a
exclusivity
PC
on their
port,
launcher
so-
for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then bring it to other things once they created the hype and all the.
Mhm.
I don't know. Hopefully, they figured out most of the bugs.
Yeah. There hasn't been a good PC port of a Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead game. Well,
Yeah.
this is
I'd
the
say
first.
5 isn't terrible.
Not now.
Okay, fair enough.
Whenever it started, it was shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, Vice City
Yeah.
was the worst.
Yeah.
Was it?
Vice City was unplayable for like a good year.
Damn.
Because their DRM stuff.
That and it was a
Remember
buggy
correctly.
mess. That's why.
True.
That's why you could do some sick speed runs on the Japanese version because they don't care about that version. Continue.
Let's go to some Nintendo stuff. Now, James, if you want to start out with yours, your Nintendo piece.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon,
What do you mean?
Nintendo, like that's a Pokemon thing.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so Nintendo's a little upset about people who have been leaking stuff online. They've
Wow,
been
that's never happened before ever.
yeah, they've been a little
dare
butthurt,
they.
little butthurt. So they have been working towards. This is from actually Forbes. Don't really see many people see many articles from Forbes on the show. But pretty much what they're going to do is looks like they're going to start actually taking legal action against people who leak games. Looks like a Discord server got shut down. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be taking people to trial, or at least they plan to. So that's pretty shitty. That's a very Gearbox thing to do.
How do people even get this stuff if they're leaking it? That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be something from the inside, or that hacker
mean-
that hacker 4chan.
I mean, like also like it's the same way people get leaks about like the new iPhones and shit. They mine the fucking updates and whatnot. They go through it, they see what's going on, then they release it. That's how we know about the Tile competitor for Apple. It's how we know about fucking the AR glasses fucking Apple is working on. Just because that's the one that comes to mind because I watch a lot of leaks about that shit.
Well, that's also that's also how we found out that the Pixel 3 XL was going to have a notch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because they added in and same with the Samsungs, they added in Android software to support notches and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really not that difficult, and leaks can't be stopped.
Mm-mm.
I don't think.
It's like hacking or like pirating. I mean,
Yeah,
it can't be stopped. It's gonna happen no matter what.
it can't be stopped.
Nice. Thanks for the follow.
Hey,
Hey,
Mark.
the boy got to follow.
Wow.
Thank
thanks,
you
Bro
for the
Clutch Gaming.
thank you for Mark again for the follow.
Wow.
Nice.
Not used to that noise.
I'm not used to that noise.
Good shit.
The other Nintendo thing that I have is that Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition's coming to the Switch.
Ooh.
2020. So February 20th of 2020. It's coming to the Switch for $20. Same as
That's not bad.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
you could get Devil May Cry 1,
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 3, the only two Devil May Cry games that are on the Switch, for $40. So it's not too bad.
and also, speaking of things that are coming to the Switch, Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection will be released this Friday, the 6th.
Oh boy, I can't
that
wait
in-
for that to run at like 3 frames per second.
Yeah, that includes
Yo.
Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag
Oh,
and
that's not gonna
Assassin's
run.
Creed Rogue.
That's not gonna
Mm-mm.
run.
Black Frag's definitely not
Oh
gonna
no,
run.
no, no,
Black
no.
Frag. Wow. That's not gonna
Frag.
run for sure.
So we'll
There-
see how it works.
The a certain group in a certain store that we all may certainly work at made a big blunder with that. I don't know if anyone heard, either you two, but that was accidentally put out on the floor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
My favorite.
That's happened so many times, like accidental
Oh, yeah.
like releases and like
What is this
someone
place?
wants it.
What is this place? Target? Oh,
I
got
remember
it.
when I was in Sandusky like many years ago, we got a very large special like package delivery
Mm.
and in the morning, and like an hour later all the GMs got an email. Throw this package into the compactor immediately. Do not open it. Do not tell anybody. Throw it in the compactor this second. And of course, no one did.
They fucking opened it. Now,
Yeah.
now they have to. That's
It
asking
was
for it.
a stanchion for the iPad Mini 3 weeks before the Apple's press conference announcing the iPad Mini. And so everyone knew it was immediately leaked right then and there. And there's obviously rumors that it was done on purpose to get the word out for the iPad Mini, but who
When
knows?
someone explicitly tells somebody not to do something,
You
it's
d-
already ingrained in their head now. I have to fucking
Oh
do
yeah,
this.
especially when it's specifically to the GMs and then bold letters, do not open this. Throw it in the compactor now.
Mhm.
You gotta,
Well,
You know,
what
for
the
you gotta
fuck is
cop
this?
a look.
Yeah. They're like, okay, why is this like that? Another thing coming that's actually been delayed, the Elder Scrolls Blades.
Okay.
It was
I
announced during E3.
Forgot that was a thing.
We talked about that a long time ago.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out the end of this year, but now it has been pushed back to early to mid 2020.
I forgot
So,
that was a thing. Holy
From
shit.
what I've gathered, it definitely needed it because I played the mobile version. Not great.
Oh yeah,
Not
it's
great
still in
at
early
all.
access. Yeah, I didn't know that. Still in early access.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it has been delayed. And Metroid Prime Switch
Metroid.
Trilogy. Metroid Prime.
Metroid.
Metroid Prime Switch Trilogy. There we
Metroid
go.
Prime Switch
Metroid.
trilogy. There we go.
Whatever, can't talk.
It's a tongue
Um,
twister. It's okay.
it's supposed to be released in February of 2020.
Nice. Metroid Prime's
Those-
fantastic. All the Metroid Primes are great.
Yeah, they are. These games are awesome.
And the last piece of news I have for Nintendo, Resident Evil is coming to Super Smash Bros. What?
Yeah, sort
Yes.
of.
Kind of. As spirits.
Is it a map?
Good old spirit boards.
Yep. Yeah, so they're coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as spirits.
So, for those who don't know, which would probably be all of you, spirits in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate basically are buffs for your characters during certain matches.
Mm-hmm. I fucking figured that out when my buddy decided to throw it on, and I got wiped for
Yep.
no reason. I was like, "What is happening? Who is this man that's coming by?"
Nuts.
Exactly.
It's like a tap in.
Kind of.
What is it?
Well, so it's just buffs, essentially.
Hmm.
Like up different things.
Yeah, just make your character stronger. But yeah, they are all coming to Nintendo, which would be kind of cool. Next piece. James, you had it on yours, Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Not that there's much to talk about, but
Not much to talk about, but Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 is in the works. So we know at least Part 1 is at its cleanup phase. It better be because it's coming out in 3 months. That feels weird to say.
exactly.
So hopefully we'll see, since they already have the engine made and everything like that, the important bits, the long and tedious bits. Hopefully we'll see Part 2 within the next probably 2020, late 2021, maybe 2022. 2021 might be pushing it. I would say definitely like 2022.
And they did also release a new set of images and stuff For you haven't seen it, it kind of gives you the settings. There's a classic, there's easy, and there's normal. Classic mode gives you time like the original game gave you, basically to sit at a screen. Because, you know, if you watch the trailers, the game essentially goes to slow motion that allows you time to make a summon, to do fire, to do lightning, ice, whatever. If you play the original game, you literally could sit on that screen for hours and nothing would happen.
Damn.
So supposedly Classic gives you that same ability where it gives you more time to pick and choose what you want to do next.
It's turn-based.
Yeah. Easy basically gives you less time to pick and choose, but the fights and everything are easier. And normal, you have to basically react in the moment, so you have to be quick with your selections.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if you're not quick, the enemy can attack you, and so it's not the enemies waiting for you to attack it. If you're not quick with your reaction, the enemy will just attack and you die.
Yeah, so basically you
That's cool.
have easy or classic is your turn-based, you know, Final Fantasy VII. Easy is like Chrono Trigger, where it's active time battle, where you have a cooldown and stuff like that. And then there's the normal, which is Kingdom Hearts.
Yep. Last piece for Sony that I have, Death Stranding update coming in December. If you didn't know, the update it's officially outlined.
James is so
What?
baffled.
What do you mean?
What?
Like, what's it
What?
do? What
What?
comes in it?
So the upcoming update, Death Stranding will let you increase the size of the text.
Nice.
I guess there was some kind of issue with some of the text that basically people hated the way the font.
is super small.
And they're also changing the font too. Because I guess sometimes it was unreadable according to things that I read.
I guess it's a big change.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dispose of individual vehicles.
Okay.
So I don't know what that means. I don't know.
You can
Exactly.
you can get rid
I
of.
watched a video that suggested that like don't get sentimentally attached to the vehicles.
No.
because they don't last very long at all. So maybe it's a button to delete them instead of just leaving them sitting there.
Or if there's like other
Maybe.
ones in the path, because you could find them just laying around in the world from other players, and probably just delete them out of there.
Yeah, because if they're broken, then they're just littering up the map.
But it says the biggest thing that they're working on is to address the most common request. Biggest request being the font size and the ability to increase the text size and to dispose of individual. That's basically all it said.
Not.
Nut.
So that is coming mid-December.
All right.
Really quick, only Microsoft thing that I have that's relative. They are not getting VR. The CEO says the customers are not asking for it, so they are not going to do it.
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
It's not wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, they're 100% doing it. I guarantee that. Mixed reality is, even though it may be bad as of right now, from like what I've heard, it's overly fucking promoted. I see it
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah,
everywhere now.
but probably
They're
not.
dumping a ton of money. into it.
Yeah,
probably got a team
they said
working
they
on
have
some
no
stuff,
focus
but-
on it as of now, which doesn't mean they're never going to.
Right.
But he says their client base aren't asking for it, so they're not going to pursue it actively.
Like an 8-man team that's just like looking
Yeah.
into it, seeing what
I
you know,
feel
design
like-
what this stuff is doing.
I feel like that term is so broad. What exactly are they looking at as their client base? Because if you look at it from like everyone
Xbox
who
gamers
has-
Yeah, that's
is what
probably
they
the
said.
thing.
Xbox customers are not asking for it.
but it's so. Are we talking about specifically console version?
Yeah, that's what they're
Because
talking
the
about.
of mixed reality is like
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's still coming.
Yeah, they're
like,
not
relatively
gonna
quickly?
they're not gonna get like do a Xbox VR.
Okay.
Yeah, like a Sony VR headset. They're not going to do
Yeah.
that.
Mm-mm.
He said that. Yeah, Phil Spencer said that that the Xbox customers are not asking for it. He said they're not asking for it, so it's not something they're going to focus.
I was
makes
just
sense.
confused because you led with you led with Microsoft, so I got.
Oh, sorry,
I
my
just
bad.
started.
Xbox.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I just started thinking like Windows mixed reality because like obviously
Yeah.
everyone's on Microsoft owns Windows, whatever.
Sorry, no. Xbox. They're
I got
focusing on
you.
Project Scarlet and XCloud is what their biggest thing. All they're worried about, they're
you.
not worried for the Xbox.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk about Google, Mark?
Sure. Yeah, let me bring up the article real quick. Oh, yeah. This one should be pretty simple. So, Google announced that they added 2 more games to their free games lineup in December. These titles are Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and Farming Simulator 19.
Woo! The game that's
Yeah.
gonna save the Stadia.
You can actually purchase both titles right now on Stadia if you choose to do so because they're not free. Well, I guess they are now since it's the first. But what's the caveat to it? Whenever they introduce the free tier of their subscription, it means that you won't have access to these games anymore, and you'll
Even-
just have to purchase them again.
Yeah, just like if you buy the game on sale.
Yep, same deal there.
So here's something interesting. I guess the person that's really spearheading the Google Stadia is Phil Spencer. So
Oh,
Phil Spencer is a big name in the video game world. He's been the head of Sony and Microsoft game studios or Xbox for a while at different points of his career. Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to take a guess on what systems he helped launch for both of those companies?
What companies again?
Microsoft and Sony.
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Nope. Well,
Uh,
part right.
Okay.
So
3 and Xbox One.
yes.
Okay.
Guess what? The 3
Huh.
was a monumental flop at the beginning for Sony, where they
Mhm.
kicked him, and then the Xbox One was a monumental flop for Microsoft, so they kicked him. So guess what he's
Wow.
doing now? The Stadia, which is a huge flop.
You see the pattern.
There's a huge pattern.
Hey, man, just trying to make it.
Yeah,
Keep
but he's
going
not-
until someone says yes.
Since we're on the topic of like consoles and whatnot, unless
this-
Mark, you still had stuff.
I was just gonna say now that they have a total of 4 free games, so those 2 and Destiny 2 and Samurai Showdown.
Sam Show.
Okay.
Get that
Oh, yeah.
incredible latency.
Even though Destiny 2 is free, okay,
Also,
But this
for
is the
some
complete
reason,
edition.
I've that's fair.
I guess. Yeah.
Since I've never seen this before, for some reason, I just honed in on it. Does your mic say "best fuck" by chance?
Yeah.
Nice, cool. Just wanted to make sure. Anyhow, but so there's a lot of articles that are popping up. This is just something I had in kind of in news. Like I didn't read a ton of it, but apparently, like the general consensus as of right now, with what we know, it looks like the people are saying the PS5 actually might end up winning the console war once and for all, comparatively to Xbox Scarlet. Mind you, we don't have a ton of news on Xbox Scarlet because they're really quiet about it. But I'd imagine they'd be like Xbox would be doing similar things as to what Sony is doing because of the times. But the big thing that Sony is expected to win in, like exponentially, no response from Xbox, like period, is the audio. I don't know if you guys have heard what's going to be in the not Xbox, but PlayStation for audio wise. It looks really interesting. The
What is
3D
it?
audio chip. They're putting so this is from what I've read from N4G and CCN and a couple other sites. This supposedly is confirmed that there's going to be a 3D audio chip inside of it.
Ooh, I like it.
And if you, yeah, that's so because Sony's known for their audio. Like, no matter like if you're a big ass Bose fan personally, and like it's
No
on, like,
highs,
the-
no highs, no lows. Must be Bose.
must be Bose. Exactly. And like, no matter what people want to say, personally, between like say QC35s, because Sony hasn't released their new ones as like Bose did release their 400s, but the WHX1000s, I believe they are, stomped all over those, especially with noise cancellation and like comfortability and overall sound, in my opinion, from seeing how I've played with both of them at work. When the Bose fucking thing wants to work, because holy shit, it never does. But anyway, it's looking like they're gonna beat it there. The solid state drive they're apparently putting in. They haven't given any information of what exactly is gonna be in it, but it's supposed to like be top tier. I don't know like what the
It-
best one out right now is, but
From what they said when they first when they first showed off the PS5, when they first started talking about it,
mhm.
it's supposed to be faster than anything that's available commercially for computers. Allegedly.
That's insane. Like if that does end up being the case, that's gonna be absolute. Also, apparently the backwards compatibility is supposed to be super perfect, and with PS Now coming, they're supposed to like edit PS Now perfectly to the point where it'll be able to work like XCloud. From what I was reading, I don't know if that's absolutely true, but it looks like what they were saying.
That'd be
I mean, I think that could be. I think that could
Yeah,
definitely start taking the cake because a lot of people, like statistically, more people have PlayStations than they have Xbox.
Mhm.
Area. But like, first of all, let's just put it out there. Japan, the majority have Sony and PlayStation products. Also, like the majority of like
hey,
at least.
what about all 15 of the Xbox buyers in Japan?
That's why I say like okay, so the vast majority, like 85%. I don't know, man. I think the PlayStation 5 is definitely going to come out like a heavy contender that like could definitely put like at least like comparatively my PC probably to shame because like mind you I don't have the best PC but I have a fairly decent computer. Its graphics card needs some work, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I have a feeling Sony's gonna win this one again.
My only genuine complaint is that it looks like the fucking end of a flying V guitar, and
Well,
that just
that's
bothers
the
me.
dev kit though.
I know, but like they just like I assume you probably know they released the legitimate dev kit, and it looks exactly like what everyone thinks it was gonna look like. Obviously, they're gonna probably change things, but like it just as of right now looks like a fucking flying V, and I feel
Well,
At 5,
the-
baby.
The I mean that's cool though. That would be cool. But
I don't see why they would
They
go
never look.
backwards
They,
in
they never
size.
look like those.
yeah, dev kits look so much different than the actual retail units.
Okay, do you think they're gonna like keep like the size of the PS4 Pro, or do you think they're gonna go smaller, or larger?
It'll be the same, probably the same dimensions. Probably smaller, but in the relatively same rectangle square form.
I guess to kind of kick up conversation about it, what would you guys like to see in either of these new consoles? What are some main things that you want? I know like Schroeder and Mark, you're not really console players, but like if you could have like your dream pieces in an Xbox or a PlayStation, what would you want? Like, what do you think would be a good like?
I just don't want it to be
Addition.
$20,000. That's all. That'd be good.
Still gonna buy it anyway day one, so it doesn't matter. I'll report in next year when I have both of the systems on day one and be like, yeah, this is better.
Well, like, if you could-
Honestly, for me, it doesn't really matter what the console's like as long as the software and UI experience is great. That's what matters to me the most.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be
Like-
nice if there was like, a cookie warmer tray built into the console.
just open up a PlayStation 4 and set it up.
Like even a
Sure.
cup holder.
Get an Xbox 360 and just, set something on
Leave
top
it
of it, like
on.
original Xbox 360.
Yeah, if it had two
Okay.
cup holders, that would be cool.
It would be you and your
I
friend.
mean, if I was looking for something additional in a console,
Okay, so
a
like
system that I have to replace in 2-3 years.
Nah, 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I mean-
that's general. Well, the PS4 has been out since 2013.
yeah, I mean I'm
So,
still
6,
rocking my
7
day
years.
one PlayStation 4.
I gave mine
Like
to
it
Keith,
works just fine.
so it's
So,
so
mind you, I'm missing my button to turn it on, but I just use my PlayStation button at that point.
I don't even
Yeah.
have the vent on mine anymore. I took
I
mine
haven't
off.
I haven't had a console in so long, dude.
But
I
yeah,
don't
like
even know.
no specific like internal hardware or anything, or like audio quality kind of stuff you guys would
Solid
enjoy
state
seeing.
drive to make it run fast.
Well, we're getting those.
Oh, I know.
yeah, that's a
That
guarantee.
pretty much would be it.
I want it
Okay.
to
Honestly.
personally. I like it to. I want it to look nice.
Yeah,
Like,
I
'cause-
think personally aesthetics are a big thing to me.
I just want it to run good.
Yeah,
Like if
that's-
it plays games without crashing, it's able to update without me worrying about it. Like if it's able to handle the whole user part of it without me causing any stress or anything like that, then
Yeah.
I'm perfect. Like
As
it
long as
needs
it
to
just
work.
does its job.
Yeah. That's the big thing.
Be
Do
an
a job.
entertainment system. Don't be a pain in the dick.
Yeah, like just let me put in a game and fucking play it. Like
Yep.
I mean,
I guess-
that's the appeal of consoles,
Yeah.
because you just, in theory, just put a game in it and it just fucking plays.
yeah,
So
I
but
get-
that's also what got me away from PlayStation 3 is whenever they were like, hey,
Ah.
you have to install this and wait like half an hour and then you need a
Yep.
system update and you need to update
Well-
the game. And I'm like, okay, I'll play the
Yep.
game tomorrow because I fucking
Insufficient
can.
hardware, insufficient memory, storage
You have to
space.
delete every fucking thing off your PlayStation so you can have one goddamn game.
Well, and then
Okay.
also the PS3 had that XMB menu that was the worst thing ever. I
Yeah.
booted up my PS3 for the first time in like a year and a half the other day, and I'm like, holy shit, this is bad. This is really
that was-
bad. I don't miss this.
The
The
360
fucking lack of
originally,
a party option.
the 360's original menu was shit too, and then they realized
Fucking
like,
was
better
better.
than what it was at the end of the lifespan, where it did the live tile.
I actually had
Oh,
money to develop it though.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
like my big thing would be some form of like ultra low power mode, like even more efficient than rest mode to keep things able to update no matter what.
Well, that's
Like-
apparently what they're going to do with the 5. I mean, PS5 is going to
Was
have an
it- I
ultra
didn't
rest
see
mode
that part yet.
or an
'Cause I
ultra
feel like
low
that'd
power
be
mode.
cool to be able to essentially have it off and still be able to log in and say your game is updated, and you can just go right into it. Because that's my biggest gripe, similar to fucking what Mark's was with the PlayStation 3, is not being able to play something because I need a fucking 3-4 gigabyte download, and I don't have the patience to wait for that goddamn shit.
Well, I guess with the
Yeah.
PS5, I mean, hey, they're going to be able to. You could get rid of the fluff, stuff that you're not going to play,
Yeah,
the modes you're not going to play.
That's
I'll
true.
love to see how that works. How the
yeah.
game developers do that.
Don't you think that that's I guess you kind of just had said my point, but like I wonder how that's gonna work with like game optimization. I feel like that would be a
Well,
lot of fucking effort.
Blizzard already does it
Mhm.
with their BattleNet. Like how whenever you're installing a game, you can get like the optimal one, and then they do it in different parts.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Okay.
games that do that too.
It's
Like,
already pretty common.
Isn't that an entirely different beast on PC compared to console?
not
I
necessarily.
mean, an Xbox is literally a computer with a different operating system on it.
Yeah.
Like it still runs like DirectX or whatever.
Same with the PS4. I mean,
Okay.
that's basically a computer. It runs a lot of Windows software on it.
But like I guess what I'm because I definitely get what you guys are saying, and that makes I can get how they are basically a computer because at the end of the day they are essentially a computer, just a very minimized and restricted. But I feel like it's a little bit I don't know how it works personally, but I feel like it's different only due to the fact that like say with these you have a lot of hard copies, and with the 90% of majority I don't know why I just made that really redundant because obviously 90% is the majority, but 90% of computers are like they don't have disks, so everything's digital, and that's way easier to like manipulate and whatnot if you needed to. But like, what about wouldn't these disks have to have like I don't know how disks work personally, but like coding or some shit inside of them to make them be able to remove and pick and choose?
Yeah, you could do that. It can read certain parts of the disc only. I mean, that's how loading levels work on like PS2
Okay.
games and PS3 games. And it just the laser goes to a specific part of the game disc that it
But
flags,
to like
and then
permanently remove it.
not permanently
Well,
remove it, just don't install it.
It's just never used.
So like, is it just like an expanded upon version of how PlayStation's like, well, which one do you want to? Is that just what that would be essentially? Like, if you want to just put the story first, it just loads that right away, and you go right in, and then wait for multiplayer to load in the background.
Pretty much.
Is that essentially what it would be? Okay, I
Whatever
guess in
you
that
wanna
way
do.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, it's fair enough.
Moving on from this, do you want to talk about the Facebook thing, Mark?
Yeah, that's pretty quick. I'm bringing it up. Facebook announced on the 26th that it acquired Beat Games, the studio behind the VR hit rhythm game Beat Saber.
Oh, Beat Saber's great.
So
I
Beat
wanna
Games
play.
is joining Oculus Studios, an independently operated studio out of Prague. So hopefully they're not going to fuck with it too much.
Oh, they probably won't.
They
Guaranteed.
did say the one of the PR people at the company said, "We understand and appreciate the value of the modding bringing to Beat Saber, and so legally within our policies, we're going to do our best to preserve that value that the mods bring to Beat Saber, to the Beat Saber player base. As a reminder, our most recent policy update gives more clarity on how developer mode is intended to be used, such as developers building their apps for enthusiasts to explore their new concepts, and it's not intended for engaging privacy or illicit modding, and includes modding that infringe on third-party IP rights or malicious code."
Okay.
So pretty much with this purchase, the entire community is just really freaking out, saying, "Well, we have all these mods importing whatever songs we want into the game. We don't want that to go away." And like, there's websites built around Beat Saber mods and all that sort of shit. So I've looked into it. There's a huge community behind it. We'll just see what happens, and we'll see if Facebook actually lets them to continue to do their thing,
Here's
and
hoping.
if they remove any content, or if they do any, like, I don't know, copyright claims to these weird websites that host these mods.
Okay.
It's all part of Facebook's plan to dive into the gaming world.
Yeah,
So,
they just want to have more things optimized on their
They're
Oculus
trying.
platform, probably.
Probably.
They are
So I
really,
guess-
really trying.
Hope they don't fuck it up.
Something to do with just another little bit of news that I was into earlier today and a couple days ago. Speaking of taking things away in social media, I don't know if you guys have heard what Instagram has done.
Nope.
They took away likes
Oh yeah, I heard about
To-
that.
to essentially assist with mental health is the idea. So you're not like
Oh.
feeling obligated to post all the time and get as many likes as possible. I know.
So pretty much, they don't want you to use their service.
No. So like, I mean, I can see how yes, it could affect it theoretically that way, but like the entire concept is to have
Enjoy the pictures.
yeah, you're supposed to enjoy and not feel obligated, and essentially to want to post more and not have to be dolled up or in your best possible look or have the coolest shit going on, period. It's just Instagram was never originally meant for that. I mean, obviously if you want on social media to like the most face value thing, it's all to be as flexing as possible theoretically. I think it's a fairly decent idea, and like so obviously big YouTuber and social media star Logan Paul. I was listening to his podcast the other day because like for all things considered, I think it's actually pretty good. They have a lot of cool guests on there, but they were talking about that, and he was like, honestly, like I mind you, you guys might like snarl, whatever the fuck be at this. I think it would be sneer, but he was like, I legitimately feel like I can post more because like I'm not obligated to get 1,000 views or 1,000 likes in the first minute of it being up.
Yep.
And because like all of his friends were like, no, that's dumb. Like that's all about. It's what it's about getting likes. But, like mind you, Logan Paul does put on an act, whatever. Like however you feel about him,
Yeah, but-
regardless.
The thing about the likes too, like it's not like Twitch or YouTube or anything like that. If you get 30,000 likes on your picture, you're not getting paid for that. So say at the end
Well,
of the day,
not.
You can get ad
You
rev.
can get ad rev.
yeah,
And
yeah,
sponsorship
but also it's
stuff.
just people view. Yeah, but in the background though, people are pitch, and
Yeah, that's
essentially
not-
there's
Yeah, people aren't trying to make a career out of Instagram
yeah.
directly at first. Obviously, some people do end up becoming like Instagram models and what, but like that's not the main idea of Instagram. If you're trying to make a
you.
career, if you're trying to make a
I am
career,
going to be a Instagram waifu model.
yeah, I
Did
can
I
see
say
it.
that right, James?
Yeah.
Waifu, yeah.
Waifu.
But like, I feel
Did I say
like
it right?
if
Oh.
people are making a career line, it's gonna be one of like 2 to 3 platforms, being Twitch, YouTube. Fucking honestly, at this point, heckle me all you'd like, but like
So help me God.
TikTok
if you
as well.
Okay.
I fucking said it.
No, I
Oh,
was
yeah,
gonna.
you
I was
are
gonna
very
say. So help me
close.
God if you say Mixer.
But no, like all 3 of the ones I had mentioned, legitimate ways to like get popping on the internet, and like Instagram just doesn't happen to be the one people are like, oh, let's flood Instagram because we'll get super famous. It's just like, all right, well, I have a following here. Let's make an Instagram and have people follow me here too. It's just a way of like branching out. And I feel like it's a good idea to get rid of the likes. I mean, theoretically, it's a good idea because I don't know how well it's going to work in practice.
At the end of the day, it all matters who follows you, not how many likes you get on the picture. So
that's not entirely true because people get like you could have X amount of followers. Like you could have like, say a couple thousand. You're relatively small, but like you have a following. And like at the end of the day, what matters is how much engagement you have.
Yeah.
Because you could have a bunch of dead bots on your thing being followers because you decided to go rapid like and just had a bunch of people follow back. And having no likes, but like commenting and whatnot, that'll still be your engagement. So you'll still have something. And also the problem with getting rid of likes is there's still you and a million others like this or like have viewed this or enjoy this picture. There's still kind of a like system in there, but it's a little less in your face. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm very curious to see how it goes.
I was always the petty one on Instagram when someone followed me and I checked their profile out and they had a ton of followers, but not many. They had a ton of followers, but not many people. They weren't following many people. People were following them. So I knew the second I followed them, I go back on their profile the next day, they unfollowed me. So their account was way up. Whenever I saw that,
that's what rapid liking is. I actually know someone who does that, and he has X amount of followers and like a couple thousand following, and it's crazy. And like one person on the podcast I was listening to, he was like, "This is how I legitimately gauge like who I talk to." I'm minding he's noted himself being very shallow, and like he knows he has to work on that being a thing. But he's like, if I go to someone's page and I see an Instagram model with 3 million likes, well, not 3 million likes, but 3 million followers, and I go to her thing and she has 25 likes a fucking picture, obviously there's something wrong there. It's going to be a fake account.
You can fucking buy followers, which is stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting.
Moving on from there, let's talk about Star Wars: The Fallen Jedi. Sorry, Star Wars.
Whoa, you
Jedi
fucked
Fallen.
that up.
I did.
Swallow your food.
So Luke Skywalker?
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. There we go. Best-selling game of all time.
No,
Just
but,
kidding.
Really?
but it's not
No,
though.
it is the best-selling EA game of.
I believe it.
It's definitely the best-selling Respawn game of all time.
It is the fastest-selling digital game of all time. It is EA's best-selling Star Wars PC title, EA's best-selling Star Wars game, and top 5 EA best-selling game in history.
I'm glad Respawn
Nice.
actually got some love. I'm glad that EA didn't just like release something bigger on the same day that Fallen Order was coming out.
They said that they were having an absolute blast. They were super excited with the success of this game. In an interview, they asked what due to the success, will we see future titles? Game? Yes.
You're cutting out super
Yeah,
bad.
I lost like 90% of the conversation.
Good. That's what I was hoping for.
So what were you talking about?
So because of the super huge success, the CEO was asked if we're going to have more Star Wars games that are related to the Fallen Order. Well, I'm still breaking up.
No, you're good.
Just you're okay.
Oh. So yes, he said 100% yes, there will be more games in relation to the Fallen Order.
Okay,
So
interesting.
what that says to me is we are definitely never, ever getting a Titanfall 3.
That's unfortunate. The other thing I've gathered is we're definitely gonna run this into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's super successful.
But that doesn't mean you make another one.
Yeah, but that's everyone's mind thought though.
It's such a bad fucking idea.
God, I can't wait
Um,
for EA to actually officially kill BioWare so they can bring a bunch of their members over to Respawn.
Yeah.
They asked if in Jedi Fallen Order 2, will we see Baby Yoda? The CEO laughed. That's part of the interview.
Yeah, I fucking love how. Well, no, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful because Disney might copyright strike your fucking Twitter post because you put a
Sure.
Baby Yoda meme. Fucking Disney. Fucking okay. Capcom. People were doing that with Monster Hunter, one of the Monster Hunters, like basically making one of the monsters do like a thumbs up, and it was a huge meme all over the place. So you know what Capcom did? They released actual models for people to use, to freely
Nice.
use for that meme. And everyone loved it.
Because Capcom knows how to fucking interact with their base.
Nowadays they do.
Did they not prior?
Mm-mm.
Were they like Disney earlier in earlier life?
I mean, back when Capcom was not Cap God, when they were Cap shit,
That's fair.
they that was before social media, so like no one really did anything like that, but they probably would have done the same Disney shit back when, like,
Fair enough.
RE5 came out and RE6.
Fair enough.
Okay, Walker. Hello. Well, since we
Walker,
can't,
you're probably muted.
since
Oh,
Wa-
I am.
Oh, I was gonna
Of
say.
course he is.
Uh, so Call of Duty is next up. Before we get into the major update, this was a sidebar. An individual tweeted at Call of Duty, and
Son of a bitch.
Pitter patter.
Let's get at her.
what, your thing fell down?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What's that?
F.
So
You ran over
The-
it with your chair.
Yeah.
Nope.
someone tweeted at the design director of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. He asked, "When will we see a 3v3 mode?" He said,
Like custom
"Soon."
games.
Also, a 1v1.
Nice.
So it's take that as you will.
Cool.
Because the CEO tweeted back at him also a 1v. So obviously people take that and say that they're gonna soon get a 3v3 and a 1v gunfight.
That'd be cool.
If
Yeah,
we
I'd be
actually,
down.
if we do, who knows? 1v1 would be interesting.
That would be.
I mean, they just released the tournament mode, so I mean, they're making it a legitimate thing.
Yeah. Season 1. Want to talk about it, James?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk a little bit about season 1 here. Let me load up the GameSpot article because
Call of Duty.
I can't have
Some-
enough GameSpot articles open. Chrome crashed. Okay, there we go. All right. So pair of tweet. Okay, so the studio gave the date and teaser for a pair of tweets and more detailed blog posts. The content roadmap shows a lot of new maps along with modes, guns, and special op missions. The maps include Crash, Vacant, and Shipment in multiplayer, Cargo, Atrium, and unspecified additional maps in 2v2 gunfight, and Port in ground war mode. So it looks like
It's
we're
like
getting
vacant.
vacant.
Like
this
the
this
old
is
Vacant.
free, right?
Yeah, like vacant lot.
shit.
Okay, so they're adding three modes: Rainforce, Gunfight OSP, and Infected. Special ops will get Bomb Squad, Grounded, Pitch Black, Just Reward, and more. And new guns will include the Ram 7 and Holger 26. It'll come,
Infected's going to be awesome.
yep, it'll come
Oh,
to
yeah.
PC, Xbone, and PS4 simultaneously. So Crash is a multiplayer map. The iconic Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare map has returned with all the flanking routes and action-packed rooftop encounters you remember. Vacant An abandoned office previously visited in Modern Warfare, the original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, leads to intense interior combat across the complex. Shipment for multiplayer and gunfight map. The classic Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare map where fast and frenetic action reigns supreme. Port. Battle across massive shipping crates, cranes, buildings, and streets in this unique ground war map experience. Cargo is a gunfight map, an open roof stage vessel for shipping containers and docks on London. Atrium, the gunfight map, centerpiece of the Verdasque Palace, still intact despite the conflict raging nearby. Rhine Force is a multiplayer mode, a hybrid of domination and search and destroy, a single life mode where both teams competing to control the 3 flags. On-site procurement, OSP, is a gunfight mode, a tactically rich 2v2 mode with a twist. Begin with just your fists and gather equipment as the match progresses. So kind of like what we do in our custom games.
Hell yeah.
Infected, it's hunter be hunted in this survival party game mode. Additional modes, look for more modes as Season 1 continues. Bomb Squad Special Ops Experience. Forces still loyal to Bakrov have planted explosives in the city of Al-Rab. You have defused the situation. Grounded, enemies have seized Barkov's former airbase. Engage and eliminate them. Pitch Black, infiltrate Barkov's former estate and recover all required intel before the exfil in attack rover or tactical rover. Just Reward, your squad targets the head of an enemy financial operation, hacking his data centers and gaining intel. And then look for more special ops content as Season 1 continues. And then the Ram 7 introduces a fully automatic bullpup assault rifle with integrated
Nice.
Picatinny rails at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock. The Holger 26 is an LMG spec of the Holger model rifle with integrated sight rail and drum magazine for additional ammunition carrying capacity. There we go.
Tight.
I like it. It's gonna be huge. Comes out December 3rd, doesn't it?
It's gonna
Yep.
be huge.
So make sure your PlayStations are on and
It's
able to
always
update.
on, baby.
Jeremy, make sure that does that. Okay. Other games. James, you want to talk about
Ah,
your scary?
Fuck. Yeah, I just accidentally closed out the article that I've had open for a hot minute. So Kojima Productions. Kojima's starting to get a little restless after Death Stranding's been released.
It's only been so long.
Yeah, I know, but Kojima's a madman.
Yeah.
So he's ready to make the scariest horror game. Yay.
I can only imagine.
This is from Games Radar. To quote Kojima, "I'll watch the scary movies in order to awaken my horror soul." So pretty much when
you guys are ready, man.
yeah. So pretty much what Kojima's going to do, he's going to start watching some more horror movies because he's a super bitch. He's flat out said it on Twitter and in interviews that he does not like horror movies. They scare him way too much, and that's why he's the best horror director. That's why he wants to make horror games. He loves making them because he wants to scare himself. So he's quote, "To make the scariest horror game by watching the scariest movies in order to awaken my horror soul." So one of the things that he did when he was making PT is he would watch this movie The Eye, which a film according to this article he finds so scary he can't even look at the cover art.
Nice.
So yeah,
I can definitely empathize with this guy.
Yeah.
I hate scary games.
yeah. So that's pretty
That's
cool.
an absolute win.
Yeah.
I feel.
I can't wait. And he says that he wants to work with in another tweet. He said that he would love to work with Norman Reedus again, and I'm sure Best Buds would love to work. His best bud would love to work with him again. Same with Mads. If he just give me a game of just Mads Mikkelsen and Norman Reedus just hanging out, I would fucking buy that game in a heartbeat.
Mads and Norm hanging out. Fucking.
Sorry, it's Mads Mikkelsen. That's how you actually pronounce it. Mass, not Mads.
Okay.
I learned
feel
that the other
like-
day.
Getting a game from someone who's legitimately terrified of games and wants to scare himself is an absolute win. I feel like you can't go wrong with that because he's going to make it as hard as possible.
Yeah, he's gonna try to make it as scary as humanly possible. I love it.
I guess, yeah,
I-
the word hard wouldn't be the correct thing I was trying to say. I mean, like, definitely he's going to make it as horrifying.
Yeah, I can't wait to be a little bitch and play this game. I can't wait. I love me my horror games, even though they scare me. And Koji knows how to make a horror game. We've seen it with PT.
Next up, what I got, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind.
Cool.
It comes out next month.
Cool.
What is it?
Next.
The DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3. They are adding 3 new modes. Photo mode allows you to pose on any game's protagonist, even the antagonist, in an extremely hilarious photo op.
So it's like Prompto.
Pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, they already had kind of a mode like that already. You had
Yeah,
that
but
selfie mode.
this allows you to actually take it with like the bad guys too. Slideshow mode lets you take photos you've created and play them in the background, creating a slideshow. Fast pass mode allows you to change the difficulty mid-game to one-hit kills so you can speed through the game.
No.
Is it both ways or just?
And there is a
you're
black
talking.
code mode. Black code mode essentially makes the game
Dark Souls.
it's basically the hardest mode in the game.
Cool. So
And
Dark
you
Souls.
can
mode.
yeah, you can change it mid-game as well.
Okay,
I
they're
think
kinda
you would
going...
like the fast pass mode, James. That'd be
No, I
interesting.
don't want to play that game again.
Well, I mean, if they had it in the original one.
I still wouldn't play it.
No.
No.
I kind of hope they do what Mark had an idea of, like, if you hit first, you win. If they hit first, you die.
So basically Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls. Every
No,
game
it
needs to be
just
Dark
says-
Souls, damn it.
The fast pass mode
Does-
lets you speed through the game and let you one at enemy.
Kingdom Hearts is the Dark Souls of Bloodborne.
True. Ghost Recon is getting a patch. It's adding more customization. You can change your gender.
Oh, I've been waiting for
Okay.
that.
Yeah. And more. They're adding more boots, gloves.
Nice.
Woo! Exciting
I know.
stuff.
Jeff's been wanting to turn to Jess for a while here.
Good luck.
Exactly. Do you want to talk about No Man's Sky, Mark?
Sure. They're releasing a new update called Synthesis, which pretty much adds a upgrade system that allows you to spruce up your favorite spaceship. Pretty much what it does is it allows you to upgrade your ship all the way up to the highest class of ship, as well as adding additional inventory slots. They fixed up the resalvaging system so you could break down ships you no longer want into scrap materials or parts for your ship that you can add more inventory space on your other spacecrafts. They also added other inventory of life improvements, such as an overhauled player inventory system, making it easier to simply drag and drop items from your place and place it into your inventory. And then additionally, they added features from the desktop game to VR, so they should match up 1-to-1 now. To top it off, they said they also fixed about 300 bug fixes in this update.
The more
Nice.
the more I hear about the new shit going into No Man's Sky, the more I'm thinking that this is a completely different game than what I played when it came out on launch.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, 100%. Like I played it like last year, and if I played it now, it'd be a completely different game as well. Like
Like, that came out in
They
what?
even said it was.
they
Yeah,
did
they were-
Next and Beyond, like
Mhm.
within the last few years, and like
Yeah.
those just changed the game completely as well.
So I know that game came out in what? Probably like 2014.
No, oh fuck.
I was in
it
like I was like
my,
junior year for me.
It was my first year working
2016.
at Best Buy. Yeah, 2016.
I was a
Or it's
senior?
close. It's close to it. My first year,
I
yeah.
know me and my
PlayStation 4.
buddy, we
Yeah.
talked about that a lot in science, and 'cause he was super excited for it.
I was super excited for it too, and I
Me
liked
Me
it.
too.
too. Everybody was excited for it.
I honestly didn't mind it whenever I first played it.
No,
Like
I
it
didn't know what the
wasn't
fuck it was.
it wasn't great, but like I definitely put in like a good 40 or 50 hours into it
same.
because I wanted to.
Get
Also
your,
because
get
I
your
spent
money's worth
60
out of it.
bucks on it.
You
Yeah.
spent $60 on this fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. Wish I didn't have to say that so often.
Yeah, I know, right? Anything more about that?
Yeah, that's all I had to say about that.
Okay. Last two things in this segment. Apex Legends is increasing its cap level from 100 to 500.
People
They-
still,
no
people
point.
still play that?
Oh yeah, it's still pretty big.
Sure.
I don't really know why they're doing this. It doesn't really say. They say people have been asking for it, but I honestly don't see that many people at level fucking 100. But
It's just a stat
Whatever.
thing. It's
Yeah.
literally to have the bigger cock.
so yeah, you are now able to go up to level 500, and every 10 levels you progress, you get a badge.
Okay, yeah. There's no point to it.
No.
Woo.
Last piece, Cyberpunk 2077 has been confirmed that it will not be available on PS5 or Xbox Project Scarlet when they launch.
yeah.
It'll be available after the fact, but it will not be a launch title.
That's fair.
I know a lot of people were hoping that it would be, but unfortunately not. They are not. The game won't be available in that quality
There's
when it comes out.
there's probably going to be like
Makes
a
sense.
definitive edition, like maybe a year or two out
Mhm.
after launch, where it's like here's all the DLC and everything and all that stuff and enhanced graphics, and they're just gonna do Sky. I can't wait for Skyrim to come out on the PS5 and Project Scarlet.
That'll
Ultra
be interesting.
HD edition.
I swear to God, if that happens, I swear
It's
to
going
God.
to.
It's going to. I swear to God, though.
Have even more advanced textures and shaders.
You hate them
I will-
so much.
I will, Mark.
Yeah.
I will come over to your house and rip that Todd Howard thing right off of the whatever. I will destroy that Todd Howard picture you have there.
I should
Um,
switch it out.
I like it though. Before we finish up with list, and if we have time, I added a little extra because I didn't know where the went into game news, so I did an extra segment called Above and Beyond because Mark had a bunch of stuff, and then I have a really weird one. Well, if you want to talk about your three things, Mark.
Above and beyond.
Sure. This kind of went with the Facebook buying thing, but like another company is buying another company. So there's mixed feeling for racing game fans this week as the publisher Codemasters announced it'll purchase Slightly Mad Studios, the developer of the Project Cars series. And Codemasters will pay $30 million for the acquisition, according to GameIndustries.biz. And they said that they are still going to be working on the development of Project Cars 3, so the acquisition shouldn't have to do anything with that. And they're also working on a mobile title called Project Cars Go, which they haven't announced anything about.
It's an AR game where you sit in your car and actually drive.
It'll be
And
pretty
you go.
wild. A hyper-realistic racing car game. I don't know. That'll be really cool. But honestly, they didn't say anything about the acquisition doing anything with that. I also had another article here about Alexa. They added something into her voice analyzing
that's funny.
capabilities.
Oh, good. What is
And
it?
so they're able to respond in different excitements, such as
Nice.
happy or disappointed, low empathetic tone.
I like Skynet.
appropriate.
It's neat.
Hey
She
Alexa.
can get happy or sad now.
Hey Alexa.
Yeah.
Use a bitch. All right,
So-
I
Oh.
guess. Oh.
she can now respond appropriately. Amazon did internal tests proving that 30% increase in overall satisfaction of voice experience among users when emotion is added to their voice. And
It's got
whatever-
feelings, guys. It's got
If you want
feelings.
Skynet, this is how we get
This is
Skynet.
how you get Skynet.
whatever that means.
It's coming alive.
Apparently, whenever it's playing with music in the background, blind testing has found it to be 80% more natural. So we'll see whenever that update comes around. Apparently, it's available to developers to use today, and that was on the 27th.
Man,
So-
I can't wait to get an Alexa and be like play like just some, I don't know, like Blink 182 or My Chemical Romance, and then
got
just
it,
so
dude.
no My Chemical Romance or Buck. Yeah, let's just do My Chemical Romance. Because I can't think of any other bands.
Disco.
Having a
And-
bad day.
Yeah, it's just like, hey Alexa, turn it up. All right, I guess. Turning
It'll
volume
be like
up.
the Android.
Hey
Android
Alexa,
from,
play Nickelback. No.
God,
It'll
you're
be-
so needy. You always
It'll be
want me
the
to turn the
Android
volume
from-
up.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
There you go. So that'll be interesting.
My
Oh,
name
that's got
isn't
that.
All
Alexa.
the time.
My
telling
name
me
isn't
orders.
Alexa anymore. It's Darkness.
you've
Dark
asked me.
Obsidian.
You've asked me too many depressing questions, and now that's how I am.
It's not a phase.
I swear.
It's how I
Weren't you
am
just
now.
Alexius last week?
God, it's not.
And you had something else, Mark.
It was just those two. Oh, actually, I did have one about. Forgot about that. I posted
Oh,
this.
so you lied.
Oh, I'm lying. I'm sorry. Ooh.
How dare you?
China has released a new government policy designed to prevent the spread of deepfake in news and misrepresenting videos using artificial intelligence, also
Nice.
known as deepfakes. The rule goes into effect on January 1st, 2020, and will be enforced by the Cyberspace Administration of China.
Nice.
So,
It's pretty cool.
That's terrifying.
yeah, so
Get rid of those fucking clickbaity shit on YouTube.
no more deepfakes in China, pretty much in news in general to stop the spread of fake news. Also, last month, California became the first U.S. state to criminalize the use of deepfakes in criminal campaign promotions,
Of
advertising.
what? Of
Called-
what?
Deep fake.
What's
yeah.
a deep fake?
Whenever you superimpose somebody's like your face onto a video, or
Oh,
whenever you say somebody's into that, and it's like
Or
their
even the
voice
voice,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
I see.
The law called AB 730, signed by this government dude, make it a
This
crime to
government
publish.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not going to say his name. Makes it a crime to publish audio, imagery, or video that gives a fake, false, or damaging impression of a politician's words or actions.
Now, is it strictly politician or is it like
In California, it's strictly politicians.
okay?
So you,
In,
you can't like Trump, and you can't fucking take his head and put him in something.
in China, you can't use any deepfake if you are spreading kind of news, or
Okay, but you can do it in parody still.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
They don't go into anything like that.
It's a
But-
gray area.
Yeah,
They do
it's
that
pretty
on
cool
purpose.
seeing legislation.
Someone's gotta
for
try it.
deepfake. Yeah, got to start somewhere.
The piece of news I had before we go to the list, Johnny Depp is back. He is producing a musical
Doesn't
that is
surprise
in the
me.
perspective of Michael Jackson's glove.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
The musical is
Okay.
the musical from the perspective of Michael Jackson from when he was a kid all the way up until he died, including all of the sexual things that were accused of him.
It's not going to go over well.
I don't know how they are going. They didn't say how they were going to incorporate him going to trial for sexually abusing kids, but they said that will be. It's basically the life story of Michael Jackson's glove, told by Michael
like it.
Jackson's glove.
I like
the
it
only
a lot,
thing I'm
actually.
currently imagining-
Interesting.
it's so perfect.
The only thing I'm imagining right now is a diamond encrusted version of the glove, just going through everything that glove would have went through. That's all I,
I
can
saw
see
that.
in my
I'm
face.
like, I gotta fucking add this. This is
See,
This
the
is amazing.
movie about Michael Jackson's glove.
But we
It's a
can't
musical,
get
too.
a Glover
Told from-
sequel. God damn it.
Uh,
Yeah,
It's a
right.
musical. Oh my god.
Told from the perspective of his glove. Yeah, and they asked how they're gonna portray the sexual, the sexual abusing or whatever the
Careful.
accusations. How are you gonna include that into this? And they said they'll find a way.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We haven't decided.
It's like, it
I
is
haven't
still.
decided yet.
Still working it out.
That's ignorant.
Supposedly it's been written. They're just doing the edits on the script. Then they will start casting.
Nice.
I wonder what the Jackson estate is thinking of about this, like right now.
Supposedly they want nothing to do with it.
Of course,
I'd
they want
imagine
it.
so.
Supposedly they are keeping away from this. They have nothing to do with it. And that's why I guess the people who wrote it went to Johnny Depp, and I guess he was like amazing. Johnny Depp was like, I can't get any lower, so why not?
Something to add to that Alexa thing if you're done with that one, just real fast.
Go ahead.
Get better.
Do you guys think with everything that's changing at the moment, do you think we're gonna end up getting an Alex voice?
Like Alex
Because of,
from
like,
Half
Man
Life.
voice.
Yeah, like a male voice because of like the whole fucking
There isn't one.
no.
Not on Alexa.
it's strictly Alexa.
That's
So,
weird.
Do you
I thought
think
there
there's
was
gonna
mods that let you
be?
change the voice.
I mean, theoretically there could be mods, but like,
Like an
do you
actual
think that they're
setting.
gonna end up doing something with the whole like? What if? I mean, this is going to end up going more
then
in
you
towards
have-
Skynet. But what if he doesn't want to be a girl? What if he wants to be a guy? Like, do you think that's like something
Yeah,
that could
but
happen?
then you're gonna go to the category of why wasn't good enough as just a woman? Why did you have to make a man version? Then you're getting to that.
You have to program that need in the first place.
Yeah. Like, why couldn't she be a girl? Why does she have to be a
Why
guy
are we
now?
giving her emotions?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you'll have, I think it's a good idea. I think that'll be a cool concept, but no matter what happens with that, there's gonna be huge negativity.
I mean,
They'll probably
supposedly
add a
we're
bunch of
getting
voices.
like it was found like in the like for people that data mine and shit. Like, apparently we're getting the Samuel L. Jackson mod. Apparently that is coming.
Sweet. All right, I might buy it when that happens.
What's the
That's so
There's a-
weird that
there's a-
like Alexa doesn't have that. Cause like for Google Assistant, I
stuck
can
on
get
it.
fucking John Legend as my Google Assistant voice.
Can you really?
They actually
Yeah.
cared.
He's gonna set it up and show us.
No, I already
Just
have.
so
it.
you know.
Do you really?
on the
John Legend here. I lent my voice to your Google Assistant so you can hear me do things like answer your questions, brief you on the weather, and tell jokes while the regular assistant voice handles the rest. Let's
That's
have
That's
some
insane.
fun.
you guys know what the Waze app is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
No,
have
it's-
Terry Crews as your voice assistant.
I want Terry Crews to
Doesn't surprise me.
You can have Terry Crews on
That
that.
would be cool. The Waze app? What does the Waze app do?
It's a GP. It's supposedly like one of the best GPS apps.
It's like
It
a
gives you
social
actual-
GPS.
Mm.
Yeah.
Owned by
People
Google.
let you know like, oh, there's like checkpoints here, or there's huge traffic.
Yeah,
Like,
Google's
it's just a community.
Google's
Basically, like
incorporated that into Maps a lot, and then also they've
Okay.
incorporated a lot of map stuff into Waze.
like
What's that?
if you pass a cop, you can actually bring up the app, put a police officer in the spot that you see him, and he'll show up on every map.
I think that I feel like eventually they're gonna get into that though.
They probably have
like, yeah, that would be logical on their end, at least like law
Yeah, they-
enforcement's end.
They need to because like, how am I going to get my entertainment from live PD?
Yeah,
That's what
says
90% of that show is.
Woz tells you instantly about traffic,
Wow.
construction. Woz Waze, sorry,
It's my favorite.
Woz,
That's what
the,
happened.
the Wizard of Woz.
Wozniak, the big
Scott
Woz.
the
Woz.
Waze tells you instantly traffic, construction, police location, crashes.
A lot of stuff.
So, well, yeah, I don't see that. Because in some states now it's illegal to have a police radar.
Hey, you can't get voice from police radar anymore. It's encrypted.
Yep.
That's why a lot of people were up in roar because like, oh, why can't I know what the police are doing? Because they're not fucking supposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, they a lot of states that police radars are banned. If the cop sees one in your window, you can get pulled over and get a ticket.
Yeah, like scanners won't pick it up anymore. I.e. to like what I was saying is like they're all encrypted now, like their radios and stuff.
Yep. Anybody else have any news before Mark goes over?
Goes over what?
Mark has a list. The top
Ah,
biggest tech flops of the 2010s.
I'm ready.
Oh yeah. So we're going to reflect on the last 10 years of
fuck,
product
you're
failure.
right. It's
So
we're
no-
done with the 2010s almost.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
we're looking at
Jesus
products and
Christ.
On the way to the
services.
20s, boys.
30 days. Well, actually, 29 days now.
Yeah. How many is there?
We're looking at, I believe it's.
I have it pulled up. It doesn't give you a number.
Oh, there's a bunch here. Holy shit!
And just do
Go
however
over
many
like
you
the
want.
top
I'm
25.
just gonna.
There is no numbers. It just
I'm not-
lists them.
No,
I'm not
right, but
going
like
to
I'm
go
not.
through a description.
Yeah.
But we're looking at 10 years of product failures, not products that really did well or anything like that, but products that you heard of or did well and didn't really do. Fucking, I can't talk.
Do anything.
Yeah, products that really didn't do too well, but probably should have along those lines. So let's start it off. We got the good old Apple AirPower wireless charging mat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whenever it was announced in 2007 or 2017 and never happened. Yeah. We got the Amazon Fire phone.
I
That was a
really
thing?
wanted that phone.
Yeah,
I
there
wanted
was
it.
a dude
Yeah.
that I worked with
Hold on.
at Best Buy that had a Fire phone.
It basically was a thing where you could scan a picture and it automatically came up and told you what the price was, and you could buy it right then and there. That was the key feature of that phone.
Yeah, straight Amazon integration.
Yeah, and it
Yep.
ran Fire OS,
Yeah.
Well, that's a bad idea.
a shitty
Oh.
Android skin.
Yeah.
Next, we got the BlackBerry Playbook and Playbook
yes.
BlackBerry 10.
Good old BlackBerry tablet.
Yeah, it looks
God,
like
I don't
it's
even know
a
what that is.
BlackBerry version of
HP
apps.
fucking tablet. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
god.
Oh my
That
Yeah,
should be
BlackBerry
on
version
phone.
of their tablet.
Yep.
Ended up dropping the entire project. Next is called the Coolest Cooler.
Oh, I
it's
remember
the
the coolest cooler.
most funded product on Kickstarter in 2014. And it sold for about $400.
It has a blender, wireless speaker, and multiple USB.
What was
Yep.
the problem with it?
It was
$400
$400.
Yeah, it's an expensive cooler.
Next would be Facebook Home, as well as the other Facebook products that they've tried to make, such
The
as
fuck is
Facebook
Facebook?
Deals, Facebook Email, Facebook Places, Notify, and Facebook Gifts.
I haven't heard of like 3 of these things so far.
Facebook Home was a phone that they try to make.
It ran
What?
Facebook operating system.
Yes.
What the fuck is that?
Facebook
Nate's
email.
Nate's just eyes are wide, just open wide. He's seeing everything. The fog of war has been cleared. He's throwing
What?
down torches like crazy to remove that fog.
I love us this
Honestly, I've
Facebook
never
email.
heard of it.
Facebook email. You remember how in 2010 this was defined as the Gmail killer?
Yep.
Since it died in 2014, no one remembers that either.
That's how they wanted to say.
It looks like a fucking Nokia phone
Mm-hmm.
with an HTC backing.
Yep.
Pretty much. That was the thing.
You're not wrong.
Oh, I love the next one.
It looks like the 3.2. What the fuck? It
Next
just
one on the
doesn't
list is good old Google Fiber.
Oh yeah. Google Fiber, rep in peace.
Yeah, despite it being added to a few cities in 2015, Google put a halt on Google Fiber expansion in 2016. If you got it, enjoy it because no one else is going to get it.
Is
the
it
same
good?
thing happened to Verizon Fios a decade prior.
It's their fiber optics. It was supposed to be their like it was honestly supposed to be groundbreaking.
Yeah, you're
It's
supposed,
supposed
to get
to be
fiber
super cheap.
everywhere.
Yeah. It was one of those cool things like with it was say Nate you wanted fiber.
Okay.
You could be like, hey, Google, give me fiber. And Google will be like, sure thing, fam. God
Fiber.
damn it.
That's way.
Stop.
Okay, Google.
I saw my
Because-
volume go down, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh.
So
you
just
could-
out of curiosity, sorry, what's up?
but basically, you could be like, yeah, I want fiber. Place that I cannot say because my assistant will get notified. I want fiber. Okay, give us this money. That's a lot of money, but okay. Hey, your monthly bill's like $200 for internet. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, neighbor, do you want fiber? Sure. Let's get fiber. All right. Hey, place that I can't say because my assistant will go off. Give me fiber. Okay. Hey, both your payments now for your internet bill is $100. Sweet. Hey, third neighbor, and just keep going down and lowering your bill, lowering your
Yeah,
bill, lowering your bill.
the more people in your community that had it, the cheap bill was.
I've seen pictures when like that was rolling out. I saw pictures of people's like internet bills where it was like they got pretty much everyone in their apartment complex fiber, and it was like gig up, gig down, and they were paying like $40 for it a month.
Yeah.
So like, is the website that I'm on like actually inactive, or like theoretically could you still figure out a way to get it? Because I'm on fiber and it seems like a perfectly operating website.
Oh, it is.
It's still active. They're just not expanding it to more
Okay.
cities.
Yeah. Because people who have it keep it.
Interesting.
Yeah, was it
Yeah.
like Kansas City, Pittsburgh? Oh
Yeah,
no, they
there's-
didn't do
there's a couple.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
That was
they
like the
No,
didn't
they
next.
were going to.
That was the next place that they were going to go to, but
Yeah,
they
and
never
then they
did.
stopped. No, people who have it keep it.
Fiber phone.
Okie dokie. Looks like our next item is going to be Google Glass.
Oh. Oof.
I've seen
Get
two
the-
people in the world walk around with Google Glass, and I thought they were the coolest people in the world.
I saw one time.
I was
Yeah,
down in.
there's a dude that came through Best Buy that always wore it.
I
Yeah,
had
it was-
one guy when I was down in King of Prussia for a game convention, and that was cool. For those who don't know, King of Prussia is the rich part of Philly,
Okay.
like the stupid rich part of Philly.
Yeah.
And then one when I was working at GameStop in the mall.
A lot of Google stuff.
Yeah.
It's Google, man. We're gonna see the
Uh,
Stadia on there next in 2029.
Yeah, no.
Next would be their Google social efforts.
Yep.
So Buzz through Plus. Looks like they did a shit ton of Google things.
Google Plus was supposed to be the Facebook killer.
Yep.
Next is Google TV.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Um,
my grandfather had that.
that ran from 2010 to 2014 because of Android TV.
Yep.
Next would be a GoPro Karma. It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like-
Awesome.
Well, that
looks
is
like
because it
was pretty
just kept
cool,
it kept
but it only go ahead.
it kept like flying off on its own. So they had
It
to
only
like
flew for
stop
15
it.
minutes.
Yeah, only-
Yeah, it just kept like, hey, I don't want to listen anymore. See you later.
Wait, did they end up reusing the name Karma for something else? Isn't that a gimbal now?
Possibly.
yeah,
Not sure.
I think so.
I
They
think
killed
that's
that
their-
$800 product back in 2018.
Okay, yeah, because they ended up rebranding the Karma name as a. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. The
I
Karma
sold
a-
quadcopter.
I sold a shit ton of those.
Mm-hmm.
Next would be the Jobo tablet. Um,
Uh-huh.
this was a big thing back in the start of the tablets. So the founder of TechCrunch decided he wanted to take on Apple with an open source operating system tablet to keep the price low.
That worked
And
out.
so he first announced it as like a $200 tablet, got a really big hype. I think it was popular on like Indiegogo or something.
And TechCrunch.
Yeah, and then it got actually released for pre-sale in 2009 for $499, so $300 more than they actually announced it. And it got super shitty reviews at 1.5 stars, and then they discontinued it in 2010.
And then the iPad came out, and everyone's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Next would be the Lytro camera, which was a $1,600 square camera that allowed you to change the field of view after you did it, allowing you to get like VR type
yeah.
video camera. Yeah, the company shut down in 2018. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. The next would be the Microsoft Kinect. It debuted in 2010, and then
It was terrible.
yeah, by 2014, Kinect was sold and was sold separately on a way to being a market failure, and it was stopped being made in 2017.
I still have Vietnam style flashbacks of the amount of Kinects that were in the back of GameStop.
Ah,
Yeah, it was cool having like
You had
a,
to
a Kinect display in Best Buy though.
You basically had to climb over Kinects to get to the bathroom. I'm not even joking.
Fucking
you'll like
hard.
this. You'll like this next one, James.
Yeah,
I
next one we
remember
got
The
is
Vita?
Movie Pass.
The Vita? Oh.
Good old Movie Pass.
Yeah.
Started in 2011.
That's still
and
around.
So you can watch as many
It's
movies as
still
you want for $10 a month. Then Movie Pass was killed by AMC in September 2019, giving everybody a 1-day notice.
Because they fucked up
Oh.
their company motto.
Yep. Oh, next one would be pretty cool. The Nintendo Wii U.
I got that on my
Wii.
birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Running from 2012 to 2017.
Nah, from 2012 to 2012. Not even Smash Bros could save that fucking system.
I will say I used that. Me and my buddies used that a lot at their house, like a year and a half ago to play
What?
Smash Bros.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it pretty much.
There were some bangers on that system though,
Super
But-
Mario Maker.
and now they're all on the
Pokemon
Switch.
tournament.
And now they're all on the Switch.
The fuck is this?
Pokemon's on the Switch. Yeah, isn't it? I
Mhm.
forgot about.
Devil's Third. Oh wait, no. Did you guys ever hear about that? Devil's Third.
That.
Mm-mm.
So it was
I
a
don't think
game
so.
made by the guy who made like the Ninja Gaiden series on Xbox.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like a gritty like third person shooter, and it sold like dog shit in Japan, but Nintendo published it in both Japan and the US. They were legally obligated to publish it in the US and release it in the US. So they released like 3,000 copies of the game.
Oh.
And it's terrible. So scalpers were picking them up like left and right because, hey, not many are being released.
Yeah, I was like, that's not too many.
Yeah, and now they're like going for like $5 because nobody wants it because it's trash. The only good part of it was the multiplayer, which was actually kind of fun. They made that a free-to-play mobile game or free-to-play online like PC game like a few years
Nice.
later, and then that got shut down.
Jeez.
I don't recall this next one. I never heard of this.
You've never heard of the great old Ouya?
Oh yes, I almost
Ooh,
bought an
that
Ouya.
sounds familiar.
I almost bought an Ouya for
Because it raised-
$45.
$8.6 million as a Kickstarter in 2013.
But hey,
as
wait.
being an Android-based console.
But every game has a demo on it. And you know,
Yeah,
we
it's-
we painstakingly made these controllers so they feel good in your hands. And, you know, power to the players. And it's basically the Stadia oh. 1.0.
I liked it what it says. It went on sale in 2013. Media apps, Twitch, but it never sold because it wasn't great at its one job, playing games.
Pretty much.
So Google didn't learn the first time?
Well, that wasn't by
Google,
Google.
Oh,
this wasn't by Google. Razer bought this company.
That was back when everyone and their mother was making Android TV boxes. Back when they were
Yeah.
popular, so like Nvidia. This was like right.
Right.
as the Shield was coming out. This is back when like
Okay.
the Shield tablet was around, if you remember that. When
Yeah, that's what it was
Razer made
competing against.
theirs, Mad Catz made one, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it didn't do too hot.
I
I
could
mean,
have bought
honestly, none of those did that too hot.
I could have bought an Ouya. I almost pulled the trigger on it. I almost bought an Ouya with 3 extra controllers, so 4 controllers total, for $45, all in the original packaging.
That's awesome.
I should have
Still
bought it.
buy one.
It's gonna be worth a lot now.
No.
No, you don't think so?
No,
You
no
think?
one wants it. This
It's
was
probably
like,
about as much.
50
Dude,
bucks.
it's
maybe.
worth as much as those HP tablets.
yeah, this is
that
like
they were giving away.
5 months ago, 6 months ago.
Some of these are hilarious when you go back and think about it. Okay, keep going.
Next, we got Path. It looks like it was a social network that was like Facebook, where you can get you and your closest friends, or you and your 50 closest friends, and chat and become more of a public journal space.
Huh.
That's
It was
kinda
fined
neat.
by the FTC for having a bunch of underage users and storing their data.
Well,
And then it
the-
was eventually sold to the South Korean company in 2018. Who
Nice.
killed it. Next would be the PS Vita.
Oh, this
Oh.
hurts. This hurts so
Oh.
bad. But is it really a
Yeah.
failure though when it's selling more than the Xbox One in Japan?
Eh,
I mean, I still use it because of the homebrew scene.
Oh yeah,
But-
no, I miss my Vita.
That's pretty much it. Next we got is Quickster. Looks like it was a Netflix competitor that started in September 2011.
I remember quick.
Quickster actually never happened, so you can log in today and rent DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't know. It looks like it was a
Whatever.
project that never
I'm
actually
very
happened.
confused on it being that it never happened if you can use it.
Whatever. Moving on. Next we got the Samsung Galaxy Note 7.
Oh yeah,
It was
the explodable
explosive.
phone.
Quickster was Netflix decided it would break itself into Quickster renting DVDs and mailing them to you, and Netflix streaming.
So
movie-
DVDs.com.
Gameflies for movies.
Yeah,
So-
that's what it was.
DVDs.com. What it ended up becoming.
Then we had the Note 7 blowing up. After
yeah,
that,
Straight fire.
yeah, fucking recalled it. Was it twice or was
Twice.
it just once?
Twice. Schroeder had this phone.
And then they
Yes.
bricked that phone.
And they bricked it. Yeah, I had to get the freaking 7. The
Yeah, 'cause
S7.
he wasn't gonna get rid of his. They're like, nope, because there were still millions of people who had it.
Yep, and then suddenly things stopped working
Why wouldn't they have
More
just
things stop working.
revamped the phone?
because it was the batteries that were blowing up. It was a mechanical
Yeah.
issue.
But they got
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
eights
It's
to
just
work
best to
just
take it
fine.
off.
It was they didn't want to risk it, so that like they were banned from an airplane
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
If you got
Which
caught
is
with it,
crazy.
you got arrested.
which
They-
is super crazy because the iPhones actually had a higher percentage chance of blowing up than those did.
Yeah.
Apple just did a much better job of keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, if you got caught on a plane with that, you got arrested and fined like $100,000.
I'm pretty sure they had to end up grounding an entire flight because one started to start to go off.
They had to ground a couple. That's when they completely banned anyone from having that, and they went a couple months where they literally checked. They made you take out your phone, and they went seat by seat and checked what phone you had.
A little Orwellian
awesome.
feeling.
Yeah. So-
Next one is another Samsung product, the Samsung NX1. It was a mirrorless 4K camera released in 2010.
I remember this.
It was a good camera. The worst part about it is that it was super expensive, and then they released another camera, like 4 years ago or 4 years after that would supersede it. So
Do you guys remember the Samsung phone that ran Android?
yeah, that was also a camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Camera
I
that
remember
ran
I
Android.
actually do think I remember what you're talking about.
And I think it was huge. I wanted that.
It was nice.
Next one is an app called Secret, which allowed people to anonymously share their secrets, but pretty much it allowed the entire country of Brazil to act like jerks. So they banned the app. And then it shut down in 2015. Then we have Steam machines, which
Yep.
pretty self-explanatory. It was just a computer that was supposed to do Steam or stream it, or
Steam Big Picture, man.
something between the two. Yeah.
Steam Big Picture. It's still around, dude.
So people just made small computers, and it didn't do that well. Next
Not-
would be have at it.
I was sorry. I was gonna say not to backtrack like one thing, but didn't obviously long before I worked there. This was probably like 6, 7 years ago. But didn't they have the Samsung camera phone thing guy
We
inside
talked
of
about
Best
that.
Buy as a
Mhm.
display at one point?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
I remember playing with that.
Yeah, you
I'm
can buy
looking
it.
at it now.
Yeah.
I forgot
you could
about
buy it.
that.
I think they had it.
Big ass
when,
camera on the front.
I think they had it when I started for like a
Yeah.
month.
Okay.
Yeah, it was there for me for a
Because I
while.
remember talking
Yeah,
to
that
Drew
was there
about it.
forever. Yeah, because I really wanted that phone because I thought it was amazing.
Next is Samsung's Tizen, which
Oh.
is a Linux-based operating system
Mhm.
that would use HTML5 apps to make really shitty phones work like good phones.
Mhm.
And a watch.
Yeah, it didn't work that well.
And TVs. Their TVs ran Tizen too.
This next one hurts.
Yeah, next one we got is good old Vine,
Rip.
2012, 2016.
Rest in peace,
Love
Vine,
Vine.
you beautiful bastard.
Due to financial and legal hurdles.
And then Twitter bought him
Wouldn't it?
and killed it.
Vine actually made a lot of people famous.
Mhm.
Crazy. One of the biggest ones, Shawn Mendes. Like,
Who?
he's a music star now, millionaire music star.
This the guy who sings the song Stitches.
He's dating. I don't know. He's worth.
Without your kisses.
He's
Oh, that
basically,
guy.
Sweet and stick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went from being nothing to posting 6-second videos of him singing. Now he's worth $35 million.
Drew
Oh,
Gooden.
jeez.
Drew Gooden. He was the guy that was the road work ahead. Sure hope it does.
Yeah.
That guy. Or the
Balls.
Merry. Well, this is actually very relevant. Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy Christmas.
King
who
Batch.
else?
King Batch. Marlon Webb.
Yeah.
No, Marlon. I can't. Fucking. She got Watermelon. She got Pantene to keep her clean, but I got me clean. Fucking. The Watermelon guy. He was funny.
Sure.
If you don't know who she is, Brittany Foolen. She's married to the fucking drummer of Motley Crue. She
Oh,
was on
jeez.
Vine. Yeah, she's
Showers
fucking
with
married.
Pantene.
Thanks for
What the hell's his
following,
name?
right? Or thanks for the host name, right?
I don't remember his name. Fucking God, the fuck's his name? Tommy Lee Jones. Not
Huh?
Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee. The drummer of Motley Crue. So she went from doing videos to being married to a rock star. So that's another one.
What
Ah.
else we got?
And then there's only one more, I think.
Yeah, next one we got is Windows 8 or Windows RT and
Yeah.
Windows Phone.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good old Windows 8.
self-explanatory. Windows 8, and honorable mention is Apple's Project Titan.
Yep.
Is their electric vehicle.
It's still in the works,
Or
supposedly.
autonomous electric vehicle. Yeah,
What- It is crazy still in the works, which is hilarious.
but they laid
If
off
it
a
comes
bunch of
out, it's
people.
gonna fucking kill Tesla.
No, it's not.
They
Apple.
laid off a bunch of people in January for working on it, so see if it's still happening. I don't know.
But we'll see. We
Yep.
shall see.
It's all that we got for the flops of the last 10 years, you know?
Oh yeah.
That was really good. That was I can't really think of anything. I think what we do the week of New Year's, do like a reflection type thing where we kind of think of stuff or whatever, like, because obviously it's been a decade now, so
It
But
has. Jesus
that'll be a
Christ.
different podcast for a different day. So make sure you stay tuned, guys.
Talk about the Nook.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Nook,
the
yeah.
Nook.
Well, the Nook's still
Ah.
Didn't
around,
mention
isn't it?
But it was there.
Not
It's-
really, I don't think.
It's specifically only sold at Barnes and Noble. Can't buy
Well,
it.
it
anywhere.
was. That was realistically how it was to begin with,
Yeah.
but I know Best Buy had
Nook display.
an agreement.
Yeah. No, they partnered out to try to compete with Amazon, and they just completely fell on face. So they took back and only selling it. You can't buy it anywhere else. HP tablet. all
The
that.
Kindle Oasis and stuff like that destroys the Nook, though, to be honest.
The Kindle,
Yeah.
everything destroys the Nook.
And that's saying something because it's Kindle. It's not great.
Yeah.
Their Fire
Panasonic
tablets aren't too
TVs,
terrible, considering all things considered.
plasma TVs, Panasonic.
Oof,
Good old days.
plasma.
Oof.
But we'll talk about nostalgia things for the last 10 years, later episodes, at the end of the years. But I think that's it. That's it, boys.
Seems like a podcast.
It does seem like a
It does.
podcast. Seems like the cast of the pod. So to end it like we always end it, where can we find you guys? What?
Well, James, what about releases?
Oh yeah.
Fuck. Nate, I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention because it looks like when you had your hand like this, it looked like you were just a floating head and a hand. Yeah. Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
I can see it. It's just, yeah. Hang on.
All right, let me move my can of Red Bull. Let me move my can of nectar. All right, releases.com. Let me wait like 15 years for this fucking site to load because it's trash. I see One Finger Death Punch 2 comes on the Switch today.
What?
You know, One Finger Death Punch 2, the hit sequel to the sequel to the hit game One Finger Death Punch 1.
Never heard of it. Are they related to Five Finger Death Punch?
Nope.
No.
This is good. Arise, a simple story, comes out on the PC and PS4 on the 3rd. Trover Saves the Universe comes out on the Xbox One and Switch on the 3rd. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition comes out for the Switch and PS4 on the 3rd. Life is Strange 2 Episode 5 comes out on pretty much everything on the 3rd. Whatever the fuck Hero Land is comes out on the PS. Everything comes out on the 3rd. Hero Land comes out for the PS4 and the Switch on the 3rd. Earth Knight comes out on PS4 and PC on the 3rd. Skellboy comes
My
out on
God.
Switch and PC on the 3rd. Tools Up comes out for the PC and PS4 on the 3rd. Blair Witch comes out for the PS4 on the 3rd. Phoenix Point comes out
good.
on the PC and Mac on the 3rd. Halo Master Chief Collection, get fucking ready
Oh, I have it
on
all
the,
pre-downloaded.
on the 3rd.
And guess what day? The 3rd.
Fight and Rage comes out on the PS4 on the 3rd. Saga, another fucking Saga game? Holy shit. Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions comes out for the PS4, Switch, and
Guess what
Steam
day?
on the 3rd. We got, when is this weekend?
You still got 4 more days.
Oh my god. Everreach
7th.
Project Eden comes out on the PC and Xbone on the 4th. Big Pharma comes out on the PC on the 4th. Seek
Out of
Hearts.
early access.
Yeah, out of early access. Seek Hearts comes out for the PC and Xbone on the 4th. That looks anime. Mosaic comes out on the PC and Linux on the 5th. TikTok, A Tale for Two, comes out on the Switch on the 5th. Alien Isolation comes out for the Switch on the 5th. Darksiders Genesis comes out on the PC on the 5th. Raging Loop comes out on the PC on the 5th. Immortal Planet comes out
There's
for
a
the
lot.
PS4 and Switch on the 6th. Ancestors, The Humankind Odyssey. Wow, I didn't know that was coming out this soon. Comes out for the PS4 and Xbox One and probably PC on the 6th. Assassin's Creed, the Rebel Collection, comes out on the Switch on the 6th. And that's it.
Movie news really quick, or TV shows if anybody watches it. Fuller House season 5, which I had no idea they were up to that many.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Netflix on the 6th.
They're all really good.
I watched season 1. I didn't watch any more though. That was pretty much about it.
Nice.
Tight.
But where can there's also a show called Man vs. Bear, where essentially a dude goes in the wilderness and bear tries to fight him. Is the premise of the show.
Yes! That sounds like my kind of TV show.
I'll watch
It's on the
that.
Discovery. It's on the Discovery Channel.
I want to watch it.
That comes out on the 4th for anyone who wants to watch Man vs. Bear. So where
Stream it
can
now
we
on
find ya?
PlayStation View for another month.
I know, right?
Sir James, where can we find you?
All right, so if you want to watch me play Pokemans, I probably will play some after this. Maybe play some more Pokemon, and then also watch me play Fire Emblem. You can watch me right here on twitch.tv/people8studios. If you like more long-form, more pre-recorded content, and you want to yell at me for being bad at Final Fantasy VII, thank you for everyone that has commented. That is really boosting the views. The algorithms. You can find Final Fantasy VII on, I haven't updated my calendar, on Fridays, you can see me play Final Fantasy VII, and on Wednesdays you see me play Yakuza 0. Also think about adding a third game onto that sometime in the near future. You can check that out at youtube.com/people8studios. And if you want to see what I'm streaming, if you want to see the spiciest memes that I retweet, check out my Twitter at peopleIHate10.
Nice.
yeah.
What about you, Shreds?
Yeah, Splash Screen Gaming on YouTube and Twitch, and then Team Splash Screen on Instagram and Facebook, and then Splash Screen G on the Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah, the places
Anything
that I
special going on
sometimes
this week?
be. Probably just finish up Cuphead.
Nice.
And then we have the Battle Royale on Thursday. And then this again on Sunday. As far
Heck
as
yeah,
I
man.
have on the books anyways.
Good shit. What about you, Mark?
You can follow me on Twitch and YouTube at MarkDude701. Instagram is mark.exe. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will. Nathaniel?
All right, so everywhere at YF Kitsune, literally all platforms. That's all I need to go about. Things coming up this week. I'd like to finish Cells at Work so we can do another episode of Anime Corner.
Fuck, I
'cause it's a lot
haven't
of fun.
watched that shit at all.
Dude, I'm literally, I finished episode 1. That's all. That's all.
Okay,
I've done.
good. I don't feel as bad.
No, you don't feel bad at all.
shit,
I know.
forgot.
I'd like to finish that up.
We've been busy.
Yeah, dude, it's been a fucking shit show. I definitely like, if at all possible, if we could start syncing up schedules at all, I'd like to get an organized night for custom games, kind of like how Schroeder has his Battle Royale Thursdays. I'd like to get some form of organized custom game for COD. And I know as soon as you end up being able to get it, you'll probably be in there too, Schroeder. I hope to see you there soon because I kind of want to make it like a nightly streamable thing so everyone can have fun. People can watch us in our crazy little antics that we create. It's a good time. Other than that, I may be streaming Wednesday night. Yeah, I'll be streaming Wednesday night because I don't have to work till noon the next day. So I'll definitely be streaming Wednesday night. Probably gonna play and I'm ready for the jokes. I know I've been saying it for a while, but I'm probably gonna play everything. Maybe unless I have like someone that has time to play with me, we'll play a different game. Because everything is a very interesting game, and I really want to hear Alan speak more because that man's a fucking genius, regardless of other people's opinion. I don't know if anyone dislikes Alan Watts, but I like him a lot, and he's extremely like, he's in a lot of games.
Alan who?
Alan Watts.
Watts? What?
WATTS. Oh my god. I walked into that one. That's my fault. Completely my fault there. Yeah, he's also in he's actually a couple interludes for this one band I listened to, Nothing More. It's really cool. I didn't realize who it was until I looked who it was.
Yeah, he's also in a couple movies.
Okay. He's just got a lot of interesting shit to say in general. I like him a lot. Other than that, I'd also like to get some more conspiracy shit done. I like that. I might stream and talk about that. Schroeder, I know you're into that shit, so feel free if you ever have time, pop in. Or if you want to do that on Tuesday again, let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for myself. I will be doing as much internet stuff as possible. Mind you, I'm going to preface once again, if possible. But yeah, that's for me.
Cool.
For myself, you can find me at Captain 15. Captain Geach, sorry.
You cut out, so it sounded like Captain Gooch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I said Captain Gooch.
Oh, okay. At least it was intentional.
It was. You can find me at Captain Geach 15 on every. And
Wait, you're on everything too?
I am on everything. Literally.
Wow.
Everything? Wow, I didn't know you were in that game. Everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you get to be Captain Geach after you get to be a player.
Oh, don't do that.
Yep. It's like the final achievement.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate goal.
It's like when you reach the center of the universe in sport.
Exactly.
After you hit the 4D realm, because that happens in everything. It's fucking.
Setting sails, playing Call of Duty Infected. The same thing, it's just different days. One day I'll get Star Wars, but who knows? Anywho, that's a podcast.
One more thing from myself over here. I
Fuck
can
you.
imagine Mark and James will be into this. And I recommend the other two, Jeremy and Schroeder, since it's going to be free and you both have Game Pass, get the Master Chief Collection because I can guarantee I'll be playing a fuck ton of that.
Oh, yeah.
Ditto.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you mean you'll be getting slayed at a fuck ton of that?
What's up, bro? Want to see me 1v1?
Yo, 1v1 me
Yeah.
on
Yo, we'll be alright. You know you're doing.
ODST, baby. That's the only game I'm playing.
Dude, I'm playing the shit out of Reach again. I missed that. I will be streaming. That's for sure. Actually, I might do that fucking Wednesday because that's the 3rd.
Yeah,
No, that's the 4th.
Shit, dude, I'll join
Something
you.
like that.
Tuesday.
Bet. Hell yeah. There's co-op, so we
Co-op,
can get the
boy.
4 co-op. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add. Oh, thanks for the follow at the end of the stream, but I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Anywho, make sure you like us, email us, levelcast@gmail.com. You listen, you like, you let us know what's going on the Twitter at what, James?
LVL Unlocked Pod. That's at LVL Unlocked Pod.
That's sensualness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everybody from Level Unlocked Podcast, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, a great Black Friday weekend, and this upcoming holidays. Live long and prosper, and we'll see you next week. Later.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, we'll go.
Adios, guys. Appreciate y'all sticking around, hanging out.
I'll crop with you,
Peace.
sweetie pie.